With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, preparing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 90 minutes of Phil to Phil, with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and shill. The streams online and straight away begins to whine, but all is fine as long as Shad's benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran straight to feeling so insecure. The money he earned from yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always set to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and fails to grow, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Once ticked off across the board with charge toward, because his code can be ignored. Just how much DSP makes us feel so bored, to help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch on why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals a slow machine. He's snorting, burping, leaning, ban. It matters not if actually fun. His child can't see if powers make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before launching into a bike, pretending they're from bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of college cat and fatty life and all his strife, while forgetting that it's unwell and they were rife. With drama he will react, but isn't act. That is a fact, as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. She's nearly over and a win is in sight, with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not white. We'll say alright, it is okay, and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again. It's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here. Welcome to DSP Bingo. And yeah, we're starting a bit later than usual, but that's because of that being said, guys, we're on. They're interviewing Bunky and Jaha, who are old school FGC guys, you know what I mean? They have like some interesting old lore about DSP, and it was quite fascinating, but sadly, you know, I had to stop watching it so I could start Bingo. It's I tried to delay it as much as I could. But Phil is running quite late, so let's just get straight into this. Spin the wheel. Nay fanning around here, let's just go straight into this shit. Mocking chat is the winner. Whenever he mocks chat, that's the what I'm going to use. That is a metric for picking our bingo card for today. Dashi might need help, he's typed 999 in chat. Are you okay, Dashi? Do you require emergency services? Let's see. Mocks chat. Dashi wants the ninth bingo card. Fuck it, we'll do it. Dashi was nice and prompt in there. This is the 9th bingo card, guys. So, the left hand side is a bingo card it looks like one to use, and it's friend. What I mean by that is him laughing, siege mode, which is where he crosses his arms, him mocking chat. Good news, him giving a thumbs up to the camera, him saying literally, would be great, wrong, chill, engagement, him snorting, him using hateful slurs and saying bills, and him saying that being said, shout out to him, player hands where he puts his hands together like he's playing, sound good, food talk and members, and finally the lip smack, any scat talk, the finger in the mouth, him standing up and him saying people saying. So decent card I think, you know. I think it's a bit of a tough one, but to be honest, there's times when we think it's not going to happen and things sailing unexpectedly, and there were times when we think, oh, this is going to be a very easy one, and he end up not saying things that he usually would say. It's hard to tell with how, as predictable as DSP is, sometimes he can be a bit unpredictable with how he will do certain things. That's just how I'll say that. But yeah, it's a bingo card for today. We are ready for Phil to be able to go live whenever. He is there, essentially. But yeah, this, we're just waiting for Phil to begin the show, essentially. He said on Twitter earlier on, he's going to discuss how his marathon went, along with some big updates regarding the Phil strikes, memberships and more. So expect to hear some of that kind of talk when he begins the pre-stream properly. I've got one more thing to talk to you guys about. Do you prefer this layout here for the bingo? Hang on, I'll add the bingo card as well, like on here, 2 seconds. And I want to get your judgment, guys, because I've been trying to make something new for the bingo screen. But I want your feedback on whether you think it's good enough. I'll probably need to fix this as well. Yeah, I had a feeling I'd need to fix it. 2 seconds, guys, let me fix this. So I'm going to make this wider, like that. And then move up a bit and do that. Oh, for one damn thing, I need if I can make it smaller, that's for damn sure. 2 seconds, guys, I'm still just give me a second. Right, that's good, and make it smaller. There if I can go, and then just fucking finagle it in a wee bit. Just so it's like in there, fucking I'll do, I guess. So, don't mind me, just fucking tidying up. Righto. Oh, and also I need to do this as well. Where is it? There it is.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much. Hum along if you can't sing along for a super chat. It says, good afternoon, esteemed members of chat. Thank you very much for super chat. I hope you're enjoying your day thus far and enjoying your weekend in general. I need to fix this bloody browser. I don't actually need to fix it. There we go. It's out top. I just had it fucking hidden. Right, guys. Feedback time very quickly. Do you prefer this bingo screen or would you rather have this bingo screen? Now, technically, it's a smaller screen, but I wanted to try and fit the chat on as well. And you can see the right hand side, the top is DSP's chat and the bottom is their own chat. So shout out to us and our own wee chat on screen. People prefer the first one. Here's the thing, I was wanting to try and include more information because some people prefer this one because you can see more of the screen, but you also have less as well. I've kind of crammed in Phil's chat and kind of overlapping. And this one, it's like, you know, obviously it's a smaller video. I couldn't make the bingo card too small. You know, so I'm going to stick to the first one for now. So don't think I'm going to change up too much. We don't need our own chat though. I like having our own chat on screen because when I'm randomly responding to people, they could say things, you know, and people are watching the stream might not understand what it is I'm responding about. So Dashi, is your only complaint the fact that our own chat's on screen? Like if that right hand side was just DSP chat, would that be like okay for you? Or is there things you're not a fan of? So I wanted to try and incorporate more onto the screen essentially, but obviously you're sacrificing how much of the normal stuff you can have size-wise. I'm annoyed by the empty space below too. Yeah, that was something that kind of annoyed me a wee bit, but it's kind of like I couldn't really help that essentially. Yeah, it's a work in progress. Put it that way, guys. It's a work in progress. For now, I'm still sticking to this. But my thinking was like anytime somebody, you know, it's fiddly. It is quite fiddly to try and think about the best way to work about it. It is a work in progress. So I'm going to stick also to this for now. I just kind of want to let you guys know I'm trying to kind of make something work. Oh, I've got a text hidden. Whoops. Oh, and of course, this as well, the snort counter. I should really reset that snort counter to 0. 2 seconds. But yeah, I'm trying my best to kind of make the streams look a wee bit better. And I thought this would be like, you know, I like the kind of moving background, you know, it's a bit of a nicer background, I feel, this. And I feel it's a bit cleaner as well with the borders, but obviously it's a smaller one. Maybe I could do the best of both. What if I had this kind of setup, but the background is a video? You know, the kind of moving background instead of this, like, because I think there's things that are better about the second one, but I'm sacrificing size, which is not a great thing. But I kind of like the background being this though, if you kind of do the kind of moving squares and all that, a bit retro theme. So if I can incorporate that into this, it could potentially be a winner. I don't know, I'll stick to what I've got here for now. But yeah, I'm just trying to find ways to improve the stream for you guys, you know, make it look a bit better. Some people are also a big fan of having the chat on screen, but yeah, it's a work in progress. As I said, I've been kind of mocking up all day today, doing wee tweaks here and there. And it's hard to know what to include, what not to include, and how to try and frame everything and size everything. Like, I cannot make the bingo card too small because then it would just be too hard to fucking see properly. Oh, and speaking of bingo, we are live. Phil's about to go live right now. So, you guys know the drill. Tag me in chat if I miss anything, because I'm prone to missing things. Just let me know, just like, that's my name in chat in case I miss something. I can pause and rewind if need be. But yeah, fingers crossed, guys. Let's hope we get a full house. That's such a stupid fucking intro. Jesus Christ, man. Good luck, guys.
Good morning, everyone, and how are you doing? Well, I did it again. Welcome to the Level 1 Podcast. I never remember this thing anymore. Seriously. Embarrassment to myself and everyone around me. How you guys doing? Good morning, and welcome to the podcast. Today is Sunday, the 4th of September, 2022, and hope you're all doing well, and I hope you're all, recouping from the Ninja Turtles marathon that we did yesterday. It was a great time. Now, listen. I know a lot of you were not around yesterday because you weren't interested in Ninja Turtles, and that's all good. So what this podcast is going to serve to do today is get us back into the swing of normal rotating gameplay and get you caught up on a lot of things that I talked about yesterday, but you might have missed out on if you didn't really care about the Ninja Turtle event. Okay? I'm also going to do a brief recap of the event to let you guys know how it went, and about the future regarding that Cowabunga collection that I played yesterday, because there's some questions about whether or not I'll ever go back to it and stuff like that. We got a lot to talk about today on the podcast, so let's get to it, shall we? So why don't we quickly recap what happened yesterday? So, on the podcast yesterday, I went through the history of Ninja Turtles, from my first exposure of them being a television cartoon, then going through the history of them being two different comic books, in addition to that, a very popular action figure line, movie series, etc. The whole segment took like 45 minutes to get through because there's a lot to say when it comes to the history of the Ninja Turtles in the 80s and 90s when I was growing up. It did not cover after that because I didn't follow the Ninja Turtles after that, although they had many other series and movies and things after that.
Hold on. Let me fix the screen a wee bit. I feel like I'm too far to the fucking left, so I wanted to just pause it rather than fucking continue him playing and me messing with this fucking shit. Just fucking bear with me for like a couple of seconds, guys. Let me make that a bit smaller there. Then move it over a bit. Oh, maybe even like that. Yeah, I can. Okay, so 2 seconds. Bear with me, guys. Sorry. Just a wee bit of a perfectionist here trying to get this shit sorted. I just want to make sure I don't fucking miss anything or Phil's fucking mannerisms or antics and that shit. But there we fucking go. I think that'll do. How's that, everyone? Is that more centered, you think? I think that's better. Sorry about that, guys.
That. So it was a pretty informative podcast. They're not always like that. As you know, sometimes it's just me talking about the channel and stuff and how things are going on. But it was very different yesterday, much like, if you remember, before I played Elden Ring earlier this year, I went through the history of Dark Souls and stuff like that. So every once in a while, we'll get some different stuff going on, okay? So, then we jumped into the marathon, and the marathon was quite fun. First, we explored the Cowabunga collection and all of its additional artwork and the like, including things such as box art, manuals, advertisements, music, and all kinds of stuff. And then we actually jumped into the collection. And we played a good amount of games. I want to say we played 5 games. Yeah, we played the original Ninja Turtles game on the NES. Then we played the original arcade game, which got me into arcade games in particular. I never had played any arcade games before. And I went to a video arcade, saw the Ninja Turtles beat 'em up. Wow. And I got hooked. Then we played Hyperstone Heist, which is a unique hybrid on the Sega Genesis between the original arcade game, its sequel, Turtles in Time, and original content as well. And it was really fun to play that because I never played it before. And it wasn't a half bad game at all. It was actually quite entertaining to see the new stuff they had added in. And then we did the 2 fighting games. Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters on the Genesis and then on the Super Nintendo. It was hilarious to compare them next to each other because, man, the Super Nintendo got all the attention and favoritism, while that Genesis version just looked absolutely terrible and played like dirt. It was 2 completely different games, by the way. They didn't even play the same. Completely different character builds, even for the Turtles, didn't play the same. It was pretty silly how different they were, yet they were made by the same company, Konami. It's obvious 2 different dev teams worked on them. And we did a little bit more of the NES Ninja Turtles at the very end of the collection. So there's still a lot of stuff we didn't do. We didn't play Turtles in Time. We didn't play the standalone NES beat-em-up game, Manhattan Project. That's a totally new game. We didn't play any of the handhelds, any of the Game Boys. There's 3 different Game Boy games in there, okay? Now, the one thing that was abundantly clear with that collection The online play is shit, and Digital Eclipse doesn't care about it. They claim there's online capability. It's non-functional. All right? First, we tried to play the arcade game online, and you can either make a private lobby where you have to hand invite people by name from your friends list, or you could do an open lobby. The problem is with the open lobby, you can't really do anything with it once it's in place. If someone joins the lobby, you can't kick them, you can't ban them, you can't communicate with them. So essentially, you're stuck with these people during the course of the playthrough, and if they're assholes and they're not playing right, or they're doing things to exploit the game, or if they're simply mashing on the credits button that says Cowabunga every time you hit it, you're stuck with that shit. Zero effort. Like, again, and this is exactly the same as when they made the 30th anniversary collection for Street Fighter many years ago. No ability to kick anyone, no ability to control a lobby, nothing. They just don't care. They keep shoveling out the same half-finished game in these collections, and people keep buying them because they keep getting fooled. It's exactly what I said I was skeptical about spending money on this game for, and it came to fruition, okay? Then later, we tried to play Tournament Fighters online. Now, you can only play the SNES version online, thank God, because the Genesis version is the shitty one. I'm playing a guy. We play one match. It's a close match. I win. We play another match. He wins. Third match, game drops. He didn't rage quit. The game just dropped out of nowhere for no reason. There's literally no one playing this game online. There's no issues where, oh, God, the netcode's breaking up. It just crashes because the game sucks. So, all I can say is this. If you love the Ninja Turtles, and you want to walk down memory lane and play all their classic games from the 80s and 90s, this is a great collection to do that, as long as you're looking to do it offline. If you're looking for any online capabilities, you might as well just never touch this game, because Digital Eclipse has no fucking clue what they're doing with online play, and in 4 years, since they released the Street Fighter collection, they have not improved a bit. They just don't care. They just want your money. Okay? So, it is what it is. Okay? I had a good time. We had a great time. By the way, had some pizza. Had the Rock Wood Fire Pizza, which is absolutely delicious. It was the Pride and Joy, basically pizza with the works. So good. And we still got leftovers that we'll probably be eating because those pieces are so big. And I'm like, man, I want to keep eating pizza constantly. I'll probably wait a day before I have some more. But yeah, I'm excited for that pizza, of course. It was so delicious. And that was a DSP Tries It episode that I actually filmed during the show. Originally, I wasn't going to do it. I was just going to kind of eat it over the course of the stream. But then I realized I was hungry. I was like, man, if I eat 2 giant pieces of pizza, I'm probably not going to be hungry for more. And it was right. Like, I didn't eat any more because it was so filling. So, all that being said, all right, great streams yesterday. All right, absolutely great. I had a ton of fun. Hope you guys had a ton of fun with it too. If you missed any portion of those streams, you can get caught up right here live on DSP Gaming. All right, all that footage is available, active for you to watch in a playlist. I put all the gameplay in a playlist. I think I even put the pizza in the playlist. Yeah. The only thing that's not in the playlist is the podcast, which is in the Level 1 podcast playlist. Okay, so great stuff. Had a great time. And by the way, thanks to those who attended, thanks to those who supported and engaged. This was not a reward marathon. This wasn't, Phil hit a set goal of fundraising or hit a set goal of memberships, and because of that, he decided to do this event. This was actually, I just did it because I felt like it. I knew this Ninja Turtles collection was coming out. I felt it would be a special, fun event to do. I was like, to hell with it, let's just do it. And it was a great time. So I definitely appreciate anyone who showed up and supported in any way or is watching now on demand. Please leave comments. And I will say this, please leave comments and like the videos on the channel if you're enjoying them. I need more engagement on DSP Gaming. In the last few months, since there's been no new releases coming out of any major stature, I'm not saying there's been no new games. I'm saying, has there been a giant AAA game that Phil's playing? No. This channel has dipped a lot in engagement. Likes and comments on videos have gone way down. That hurts the channel. It means that now, when I go to play new stuff, it's hard for me to get noticed. Me being recommended or me showing up in a sidebar or something, it's going to be hard to do because my engagement's way down, okay? So please, if you're just watching videos or streams and you want to help out, you can like all of that content and you can leave comments if you can. I really would appreciate that, all right? So that went really well, all right? Now, let's talk about the schedule coming up And then I have some interesting updates on things going on the channel, namely the copyright, or I should say the false copyright strikes that I received last month. I do have a big update regarding that. I have an update regarding memberships because it's kind of a really weird situation going on right now with memberships that I want to clarify for everyone because there was some confusion during the marathon yesterday, but I have an update for everyone on that. And also I want to talk about some stuff going on right now, kind of behind the scenes and coming up soon on the channel because I do need some help. I'll explain why in a moment, but let's do the schedule first. Okay, so what are we doing for the rest of the week? Well, this is a normal 6-day streaming week for me, so we still got 4 more streaming days, including today. So we start off with today's gameplay of Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed. All right, great game. Let me put it this way: great graphics, great gameplay. The story is pretty bad. It's cringeworthy. It's not very entertaining. Because it's so cringeworthy. I would say the most notable thing that's happened in the entirety of the game is that when we were in Great Britain, all right, one of the people you were fighting accidentally kind of let on that there's other aliens taking over parts of the world, not just you. And you didn't know that, but it's been all but forgotten since it was mentioned. It was like a one-line reference. And you were like, huh, what are you talking about? And then there's been nothing. I don't know if that's going to come in later in the plot or not. But outside of that, it's just basically been, okay, the KGB is anti-alien. They're trying to take you down. They're trying to use alien technology to mutate humans and take over the world, and you're fighting the KGB. And that's been the plot of the entire game so far, with really silly, raunchy humor thrown in there. You know, if you like sexualized humor, it's right up your alley. I'm not against it. I'm just against it being every joke in the game, which it literally has been. It is what it is. We're about to beat the 3rd city. There's 2 more cities left. So likely within 2 more streams, we're going to wrap up the game. So I'm interested to see what the next city is and go from there. Okay. Then on the late stream tonight, something special for you guys. It is Sunday Night Bites, my weekly Bassmaster Fishing 2022 chill marathon. All right. So now I'm about to reveal a special surprise for tonight's stream. All right. I'm not going to give away too much. I want you guys to be here for the stream, obviously. But as you know, once we do these Bassmaster streams, if we hit a certain funding level of support, I put on a fisherman's hat, and we are going to add a fishing lure to that hat every week. All right. And even if we hit a higher support level, I'll actually put on 2 lures in one night. Okay. That's kind of how we're doing it. So last week, you guys did support the stream, and we got a tiny little frog added to the hat. I don't know why people voted for that. It's like the most hardest one to see. It's green on green, and everyone's like, I don't see it. I'm like, yeah, you voted for like the one that blends in, like camo. I don't know why you did that. We have all these big fish lures and stuff, and you voted for a small frog, okay? So this week, we're doing it again tonight. It should be chill fun, but the surprise is I have, or let me put it this way. A viewer who watched the streams every week and was actually a little upset because if you remember 2 weeks ago, I told you guys I wanted to go out and buy some hand-picked lures that looked good, but I couldn't do that because we couldn't find any locally. And then I found out there is a Bass Pro Shop somewhere, but we haven't had a chance to go to it yet. A fan donated a bunch of fishing lures that kind of stand out and absolutely would show up on the hat.
That is one of the most goddamn pathetic things I have. Imagine being so fucking needy and fucking desperate for handouts that you're accepting random fishing lures. Even if people are doubting the authenticity of his story, people are saying that he's bought it himself. If he just bought it himself, then fucking fair enough. If his story sounds far worse than the potential truth. If he's lying and he actually bought them himself, that's not that bad. Just fucking admit, okay, I found these for cheap, got them ourselves, cool. But if he's sticking to the story of a fan donated these, how fucking desperate must you come across as to fucking need that? Phil doesn't even fish. He went fishing as a kid like once with his dad and was fucking bored out of his mind. He didn't have any toys to distract him, you see. So that's what I'm saying, he doesn't even fucking need these for, like, you know, the fish. He just needs them to look pretty so he can look on stream like just look more exceptional than usual. And when he's getting to the point where if he's sticking to the story and a fan actually did donate this to him, that comes across as extreme desperation on Phil's part that he can't even afford to do this shit himself, and he's got his fans donating things for him to attract more money from his fans. It comes across as so fucking desperate, and this is Phil's life, man. It's Mr. Hand Me Out. Mr. Give me things to make my content better because I fucking am too cheap to do it myself. Jesus Christ, that's fucking like me asking you guys to, I'm trying to fucking make my streams better. It's up to you guys to fucking do it. No, it's not. It's up to me. I'm the streamer. It's my fucking job to fucking try and, make this as a good a product for you fuckers as possible. That's fucking what a streamer's job is.
So I actually have a bunch of lures to reveal tonight on the late stream to show you guys, hey, we hit the funding goal. Here's all these new lures that we can add to the hat that actually are better than the ones that I had, and they definitely stand out, okay? So that's tonight, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. I hope you'll join me and you can see the lures, and hopefully we hit the goal and we can add another one to the hat, if not more, because like I said, if we hit multiple funding goals, I'll do multiple lures, okay? So there you go. That should be fun. I hope you'll join me tonight, and thank you so much to the fan. The fan basically didn't say anything about, I don't want any shout outs or nothing, probably because they don't want to be trolled on the internet. I don't blame them. But thank you for that donation. It was very nice that you would do that for the stream, okay? Okay, now tomorrow, we're going to swing back to Saints Row 1, which we've had major progress in. Last time I played, we basically passed the 1/3 of the game point, maybe even almost halfway through. We beat the whole King's Gang plot line. We're working on the Los Carnales plot line. We're going to do some strongholds, and then a few more of the major story missions, and then we're going to wrap that up, and then we'll see what's next, because I think there are other gangs. They just haven't really been a major part of the story yet. So that's tomorrow's mainstream. And then tomorrow night, we're going to do Midnight Fight Express. This is the indie game, all right, that has been really great in the 2 times I played it. It's a beat-em-up that's designed by one single person. Great combat, amazing abilities that get added over time, both hand-to-hand plus tossing, projectile plus kind of physical in weapons combat, weapons-based, but guns as well. Great locations and maps, great variety of enemies, actually has some pretty good writing with some humor and stuff. It's a really great game, and also a kicking soundtrack. I wish I had had more time to play it, because I've only played it once a week for the last 2 weeks. I wish I beat this in like 2 days. It's so good. So I'm actually making a major push to beat it this week. Apparently the game's about 8 hours long. We're 4 hours in. So it's going to be the late stream on Monday night. Okay, then Tuesday, we're going to swing back to Destroy All Humans 2. And if everything goes according to plan, we should complete the playthrough on Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday night's going to be Multiverses. Now, originally, I had scheduled this for Tuesday night because it was supposed to be the release of a new character, Gizmo, the Mogwai from Gremlins. But they delayed him till later in the week, which kind of sucks, because now it means my plans are kind of thwarted. Well, you know what? Last week I played with Velma. I really loved the character build. Maybe we'll do a lot more Velma this week, okay? And then Wednesday, it's going to be more Saints Row 1. And then on the late stream, it's going to be the hopeful conclusion, I hope, of Midnight Fight Express. And that's the streaming week, because Thursday is my day off. So if all goes according to plan, we're going to finish both Destroy All Humans 2 and Midnight Fight Express this week, which is going to open up my streams for next week to availability, which is good because there's a new game coming out on Friday in Splatoon 3. We'll talk about that in a second. But also, Disney Dreamlight Valley goes into early access this week if you are a Game Pass subscriber, which I am. And some people have actually asked me to do this, and I'm like, oh, I'm very interested in doing it because it sounds like Animal Crossing crossed with Disney. Sounds like a plan. Sounds interesting, right? But to me, all right, I need to do it at a time when it makes sense. I don't want to just interject in the middle of playthroughs that I'm doing. Like, I want to finish Midnight Fight Express. So if we're going to check out Disney, it's going to be later on, maybe over next weekend or something like that. Okay? So that's coming up. And then there's other playthroughs people have asked for. For example, people say, hey, are you going to play Earthbound? We've been asking you for Earthbound for the longest time. You said you were going to do it at the beginning of the summer. Here we are at the end. You haven't done it yet. I'm very interested in doing it. I am. So let's see. Let's see what happens time-wise, because outside of Splatoon 3, there's really nothing else going on throughout the entire middle of the month. There's the new Monkey Island game, which I'm not too sold on playing. There's definitely the demo, or excuse me, I should say the beta of Modern Warfare 2. I am going to try that out, but that's not for at least another week or so. So we've got some time. So maybe we will throw that in there. I'm not sure. I guess we'll see. Let's see what happens, all right? I want to do it, but I'm not making promises until we actually get to a point where I can commit to doing it or not, all right? What's really weird is that we're in September, and we're making these judgments. Like September, you should be so full of new releases and inundated with new content that it's not a big deal. And this year, it's completely the opposite. There's almost nothing going on in September. It's not till October that the new stuff hits. It's weird. It's definitely a weird feeling. All right. So, there you have it. I'll let you know what's going on in the next couple of weeks. Now, speaking of that, because I want to talk about this first before we get to the other stuff. So here's the deal. You know me. I'm upfront, I'm honest, I'm transparent, and I want to let you guys know how things have been going, all right? They've been going pretty good, all right? But there's been a bunch of things that have kind of been annoying recently. First of all, last month, as you know, there were 2 false copyright strikes against DSP Gaming. I'm in the process of clearing them up, and I have an update on that this morning, and I will give it to you in a moment. But because of the false copyright strikes, many people last month were very apprehensive about re-upping their memberships or becoming members or gifting memberships. No exaggeration. I usually end the month on DSP Gaming between 500 to 600 members. I ended it at 300 something last month. That's a huge loss of income for me because of illegal trolling activities, okay? Even if people were to rally to help make that up with memberships now, it wouldn't help me this month. I'm not going to get paid for that till next month.
There it is. He's setting the trap now. Tips help more than anything for this month. He wants the members as well. He's double dipping here. He really wants to get 600 members again, but he really needs tips this month as well. What I can see happening is he's going to fucking try and prioritise massively tips up until the 21st. And then from then on in, it's like, okay, everyone go ham on the memberships. I have my tip money now up until my payday, whatever, and I'll ship my day off. Now people can just go ham for the last like 10 days of the fucking month, whatever, or the last week of the month, and just go ham on memberships to make sure I get like 300 members within fucking a week's time, just so I get back up to 600. He is really going to push this massively. I can just see it now.
So it sucks because now there's going to be a big dip in my income this month. Now, in addition to that all going on, it's ended up being more pricey this month than usual. Let me give you some perspective here. I just bought the Pac-Man World Repack game and beat it within 2 sessions. Shit, that kind of sucks. It was so short. I'm in the midst of playing Destroy All Humans 2 Remake, which was $40, and that's going to be done this week. Damn, that was really short for the money, right? I just bought the Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection, and I played it once. Am I ever going back to it? Maybe.
Motherfucker, you earned over $200 in that stream. In fact, we have the tips tracker here. We have the fucking tips tracker here. You earned $275 for playing that game.
Money, yeah, money, oh, money, yeah, money.
Thank you very much, Brad Burnham, for a super chat. It says he wants tips, super chats, members, and video on demand engagement. He wants everything. He wants the fucking world. Don't forget Patreon. Don't forget fucking, you know, super comments or super stickers, whatever shit it is, not shit. Just don't forget everything else in between. Fucking try and find old fucking, you know, DSP t-shirts on fucking Teespring or some bish. This motherfucker used to sell all sorts of... He had clocks. He had DSP gaming clocks. Do people know that DSP used to sell his brand on underwear? You could literally buy a DSP thong back in the day. I am not joking. He had all sorts of his shit fucking put on his logo, his brand. Do people not know this? Yeah, I wonder if I can find it. Ah, shit, man. It's long gone. Yeah, it's Cafe Press. That was like Cafe Press. Oh, if I can find it, I'll try and find it. Hang on 2 seconds, guys. I want to very quickly try and Google this to see if I can find it. Shit, is his website still fucking here? I don't know if it is. Nah, it's not, no. I don't think it is here anymore. Oh, wait a fucking second. Nah, that's not a fucking thing either. I'm looking right now, but it's hard to fucking find it. Shit, man, let's see if I can find this shit, man. I don't even think it'll be here anymore, man, but it's... Let me go to images. Images might be the best fucking bet. Where is it? Ah, fucking thing. I think it's lost forever. Nah, this is where Kiwi Farms came in clutch, man, because this shit was archived in Kiwi Farms, man. Right, I can't even fucking find it. Yeah, Phil used to have his fucking brand and all sorts of shit, and that included things like fucking like thongs. Cafe Press was fucking back in the days before Teespring, obviously. He used to fucking shill the hell of everything he fucking possibly could to try and get some money out of people. Anyway, back to the bingo. Thank you very much, Brad Bunny, for a super chat. But yeah, Phil, there is no ends to the extent he will beg. Yeah. Train says the farms are still up. The farms are still up, but they're on a different server and a different host. And I've not been to it yet. It's a .ru domain. And I'm a bit sceptical about that personally. I don't know. This is one of those things. Maybe I'm just a bit paranoid. I've not been to it yet, but apparently they are back up. But I've not been to it yet. We'll see what I do. I might check out soon. I don't know. Just use a VPN. I don't have a VPN, and I can't be arsed buying a VPN just for that. I'm not getting a VPN just to visit the fucking farms.
I may go back and play some of the games later. I'll tell you this. Once you do those beat 'em ups, you're never going to play those again. So maybe I would go back and do the Manhattan Project, which I never played before. And maybe I would go back and do more of the NES game, which is one of the hardest games infamously on the planet. It really is. It's one of the hardest NES games ever made. So frustrating. But I actually, because it has reloading, rewinding, and save states, it may be beatable. Or I'm at a point right now in the game where all the turtles have full health, and maybe I can continue on and actually make progress. I don't know. So, that being said, I may get a little bit more content out of that collection, but not much, right? Now, what else is going on? I just ordered expensive pizza yesterday for a marathon that wasn't even a reward for anything that was happening. I just felt like doing it to something special for you guys. So I spent money there that normally I wouldn't spend. This coming Tuesday is my wife's birthday, and I promised her I'm going to order her her favorite food, sushi, for her birthday. So I got that coming up. And then guess what's coming up later in the week? Splatoon 3, another full game I got to buy. All right? And then, I know, because it's all like, oh my God, this is all within 1 week. This has all been 1 week for me. Okay? Then coming up after that, guess what? 2 giant bills. My monthly internet bill and my condo dues are all...
Hooray, said bills. It's a fucking bingo, Yaldi. Get it right in there. Fucking yes.
due over the weekend coming up. So it's like, oh my God, like everything at once. And it is. It's literally been spend shit. Can I not spend? No, I gotta spend. Spend. You know, and it's just nothing I can do about that.
Really, you stretch yourself far too much, unnecessarily so, and now it's up to your fans to bail out your irresponsible spending money ass as usual. Imagine if I fucking said to you guys, I'm in big trouble. I need money before my payday because I spent too much fucking money on takeaways and alcohol. Like, I bought too many Desperados and I fucking bought too many fucking fish suppers. By the way, fish suppers is... Supper is a Scottish... There's chip shops in Scotland. A supper is basically something and chips. So suppers. Like, I spent too much fucking money on sausage suppers and fish suppers and too much money on alcohol. You know, I've done it for you guys. Please bail me out. Fuck off, Phil. Most of this fucking irresponsible spending was your own damn fault. You promised your wife something you didn't have the fucking money for. You gave something to your fans that you didn't necessarily need to fucking spend the money on. Dashi, no, fish suppers are not cheap in Scotland. I don't know, actually, I'm not a big fan of... I do enjoy fish, you know, from a chippy, but I don't usually go for it. But yeah, it's usually one of the pricier menu items, even in Scotland. I think most of the fish that are sourced in the UK come from Scotland. I think it's like 70% or 80% of the fish sourced in the UK are from like the kind of Scottish like kind of waters or something, or border around Scotland anyway. But yeah, it's still expensive even if you're in Scotland. But yeah, it's... That's what I'm saying, Phil is so fucking stupidly irresponsible with his fucking spending, and it's not his fans' fault that they've got to fucking bail him out because he fucking can't control his impulsive spending habits. His fans don't make him buy a $50 pizza. His fans never forced him to fucking spend money on these fucking games. This is all Phil's choice. Phil chose to do these fucking things himself. He put himself in a situation. He was not responsible enough to look after his fucking money. Never mind the fact that he got almost $300 fucking yesterday playing fucking, you know, this stupid fucking wrestling, no, not wrestling, the Cowabunga fucking marathon shit. He got $275 in tips alone yesterday. He got $178 the day before. Combined, he had $450 within 2 days in tips alone, and apparently that's all gone. Just memory hold, all gone, just every single time. As soon as it comes in, gone. Where's it gone? WWE Champion times, baby. WWE Champions time.
Nothing. It is what it is. All right? Now, obviously, I could use some support in the realm of tips to help with this spending, okay? And what I would say is this. If you're apprehensive about tipping, I don't know. You know what you could do? Because some people are so apprehensive. But what about all those rumors that Phil blows all his money on mobile games? Yes, from the fucking dunces of the internet who make everything up. If you're really that afraid, here, I'll even let you know how truthful I'm being about this. Donate credits for Splatoon then, please. If you can. If you want to.
But that's what I'm saying. If people are always apprehensive about giving money to Phil, even in tipping, yeah, I'm saying if you want to, if people actually like Phil and they want to support him buying games, giving him credits is probably one of the better ways to do it. Also, I'm not a fan of that personally, but as I'm saying, it means you know that he's going to he's got something there. You're helping him buy a game, you know it's going to go towards one of those fucking games you're hoping he'll get.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Heinz573210 for a super chat, and he says, proud contributor of the Anti-Roach Cult Alliance. Welcome aboard, fucking soldier, well done, welcome aboard. Christ, man. Heinz, I've been meaning to ask you this for a while, I don't know if it's true. There was a guy that made This Is How You Don't Plays, and part of his name was Heinz. He made like the FIFA This Is How You Don't Play. I think his full name was like Heinz Brockheim or something. Is that you, or is that just a coincidence that there's two people called Heinz? Random tangent, I know. I don't even know if that Heinz Brock guy is like around anymore. Was it Carl Brockheim? Was that a guy? That's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know if it's a coincidence. It's just two different Heinzes, but it's quite a unique kind of name. I've never made a video. I work in politics, so I can't make loud noise. Hey, fair enough, it's not you, okay. The thing is, I'm planning to do, I want to do a react to that This Is How I Don't Play. I don't know if the guy's around anymore. But I still want to try and reach out to him if I can and ask him, hey, is it okay if I react to this video you made? Just because it's always nice to ask, you know. So, yeah, I just thought I'd check and make sure if it was you, if it was you or it wasn't you, just to see, because you both got the same name, Heinz. But thank you for clarifying it wasn't you, so okay, sorry about that. But yeah, thank you for the contribution, much appreciated. What was I saying, for fuck's sake? My pause game is, this is an interesting face Phil's pulling. What the fuck kind of face is this? You miss people saying it, you know, at 1620, it's 1620, I don't know what that is. In my time, I don't know what it is because I'm not. I'm going to take a word for it, and I can believe you when he says, when you said it, people saying so, I don't mind that at all. I'll tick it off. Hey, I've got a perfect fucking symmetry going on the bingo card, this is nice. This is some quite nice symmetry going on here. Yeah, what was I saying? I was saying something else before that even came in. And I got completely distracted because I had asked a question which pushed my thoughts at my fucking head. What was Phil saying? Let me rewind a second just so I can see what Phil was saying. Oh yeah, game credits. That's what it was, the fucking game credits. I said for the longest fucking time that if Phil fans actually genuinely want to help Phil get games, they might as well just make sure they give him fucking console credit shit. Simply because it's also you don't actually know what Phil's doing with that fucking pay. Okay, you have an idea what Phil's doing with that fucking PayPal money. You have a rough idea, let's be honest. But if you fucking make sure you actually send him console credits instead, he's got no fucking choice but to use those console credits. Oh, that super chat message from the cat didn't get banned because Phil knows who that is. That's a sock account. The cat is, well, people are saying it's so IC, but the fact of the matter is they can say whatever the fuck they want, it seems, and Phil doesn't do anything about them because, well, they're obviously a fucking sock account. Phil knows who they are. And that means that the guy has given them plenty of money before and Phil just let that shit slide.
Help out concretely and you're so afraid that I'm going to blow tips, you know, burn the money and snort coke with it or fucking do pulls on a dumb fuck mobile game that I don't play. All right, whatever. Donate credits on Nintendo then, if that's what you really want to do. Because you could do that. You can give me one of those redemption codes or whatever to get credits for Nintendo Network. And then I don't have to buy Splatoon on Friday for $60 plus tax. Okay? Because this is a big concern of mine right now. It is. It's like I need to afford all this shit. And right now, I don't have enough money to pay for it all. It all depends on how much money I make this week on tips. So it's like I either need to have a really good 4 solid days of tips, or I'm going to need help in other ways. Okay? So, if you want to help, all right? If you want to help, please do, all right? I would appreciate it. Any help. Tips are going to be great, but if you don't want to tip, credits for Nintendo Network, man. That would help, or was it Nintendo Shop? Whatever the hell it's called, all right? Would be great. And, yeah, please. You know, I want to be able to afford all this stuff coming up and not say, oh, by the way, I can't play Splatoon this Friday because I need that money to go towards bills over the weekend. But I might have to say that. I might literally have to say, sorry, guys, I can't play Splatoon 3 right now. I have to delay it until I've made enough that I can afford it. And right now I can't because all my money has to go towards the bills. All right? So, so there you go. All right, guys? Please consider it. Thank you. Anything. You know, tips or credits to Nintendo Network. And I'm just going to say to the cat, cut it out with the fucking detractor memes because they're bullshit and they piss me off and they're really mean. The shit that they say, that they make up. Like, oh, the bank statements. There's no bank statements. There's no fucking league bank statements. There's.
On the fucking contrary, Phil, there is definitely bank statements. I am kind of looking at them right fucking now. This is all your fucking personal transactional information. It was obtained by that person that I did Mr. Identity Theft booth on Kiwi Farms. I am looking at all these bank statements right now. If Phil can prove to me conclusively that these are false, then I'll admit it. When Phil can actually prove to me that this is not genuine, and surely why would Phil care about transactions from 2020? You know, why? So Phil could easily just say, look, this is not relevant to current day times. I don't mind, like, I can get this information if I can debug. So anyone can fucking, if they wanted to. So if I was in Phil's position, right, let's pretend I'm Phil Burnell. I'm semi-drunk already, and I'm waiting to play WWE Champions. But before then, I want to debunk this nonsense. Now, if I was in Phil's position and I'm trying to claim this is not true, and I'm thinking, how can I prove this is not true? And let's just say, for argument's sake, it's not true. How would I debunk it? I'll just compare my own bank statements from some of these dates and show that my bank statements are completely different for dates compared to what's on the spreadsheet. That's what I mean. That seems like a very simple, obvious thing to do. You don't have to fucking show the whole bank statement information. You can hide personal details, but you can pull up this information. You can request this information. Anyone can request statement information from the bank. I know this because I work for a fucking bank. Any customer can request a transactional kind of information going back a certain number of, like, you know, years. I think I can't mind how many fucking years it is, but I'm sure it's like at least a couple of years, but even more than that. You know, this shit is saved. Like, this is transactional information that goes back years and years and years and years. It exists. Hell, this kind of shit does get archived as well. Customers can request this shit. Pixar saying bank statements are just nuggets of truth. Exactly, these are big fucking nuggets, I'll tell you that. Banks by law have to keep shit on the books. Exactly, Heinz, you're precisely right. But it's just a thing, like, if I was in Phil's position and, like, if I'm trying to debunk this very informative spreadsheet, I'll just say, oh, I'll request to my bank, can I get my statement information between, let's just pretend I don't care about, you know, 2020 information, because that's like 2 years ago. You know, can I get my statement information between 1st of January 2020 and December 31st, 2020? And I could just show several easy examples on this spreadsheet. It's like, then this guy says, apparently I spent all this iTunes stuff on the 10th of October and all that shit, and I can just fucking show my phone. And it's like, there's nothing on there. It's like, you can see this doesn't make sense, because this is what I did on the 8th, the fucking 10th, sorry, this is 10th of August, I forgot this is American format, this fucking spreadsheet. This spreadsheet's American format, it's not 8th of October, this is 10th of August, my bad. Chris Kirby Souls is saying 10 years back, do most banks have it? Exactly, yeah. I think after a certain number of years, it becomes, you just basically destroy that information because after a certain amount of time, it's not relevant anymore. But there is systems in place where that information is still kind of archived. I remember using that. I've been working for my bank now for, how many fucking years have I been working with my fucking bank? I think it's like 8 odd years or something. I think it's 8 years. Yeah, I think it's 8 years I've been working for my fucking bank. Yeah, and when I first started there, first couple of years even, I was working these projects where we had to search, some part of our job was looking at old statement information dating back to like 2001, 2002. So that's like 12-year-old history or whatever shit, but the information was available. There were systems in place where you could find this older information to try and prove like boring shit. I don't want to try and bore you guys with the fucking finicky details of what I was trying to fucking do, but it's like old historical like charges shit, you know, and trying to prove whether charges are legitimate and if customers were due refunds for unfair fees. I'm not sure. It's very boring shit, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. This old information does exist in the bank systems usually, going back up to a period of 10 years. Phil could debunk this very easily. He's in a position where he can debunk this shit, but he won't, because he knows he can't. This is just impossible for him to debunk, because he knows it's accurate. The bank leaks were true, the information gained was true, the information was so powerful that Phil just pretended it doesn't exist. And he's just claiming he said, oh, they tried to break into my fucking system. Dashy's asking, do I work for PayPal? No, I work for a bank. No, I have nothing to do with PayPal. PayPal scares me, man. And they ignored me. Fucking PayPal ignored me. I try to fucking change my account settings so I don't get as much fees taken off me for tips, but they just ignored my request. Bastards. So I'll have to try again. PayPal are essentially a bank. Yeah, questionable. Anyway, back to Bingo. Sorry, I'm fucking too distracted.
No fucking bullshit. All the bullshit they make up on the internet about me, it's not funny. You know, these people, I'm not kidding, they literally take support out of my pocket because people believe all this nonsense that they fucking made up over the years, and I've had it with their bullshit, all right? I'm not, so please don't repeat that shit in my chat. I know you're joking, but it's not funny, and then idiots believe it. So please stop with that bullshit, okay?
If Phil can debunk it, you know, I'm happy for him to try, but I have a lot of evidence on my side. When I make these claims, I show evidence on my claims. When Phil tries to argue against it, he just says, no, it's not true, please believe me, Shut the fuck up, Phil. You're your own fucking worst enemy. How about you stop fucking spending so much fucking money in WWE Champions, then you fucking not have to worry about all that financial support going. Fucking hell, man. Every time I fucking show a spreadsheet, that's another $10 out of Phil's pocket. I'll spam the shit out of the spreadsheet, and if that's the case.
Okay, so if you can support me this week with either tips, because that's going to help tremendously for the bills and everything coming up, or if you can give some Nintendo credits, all you got to do is email me, darksidephil@hotmail.com, with the code for the Nintendo credits. I think you enter it, on the Nintendo store, so that I can get Splatoon without having to drop $70. That'd be great. That would help a lot right now, okay? All right, now let's get to the other things that are going on right now, because I have a few updates for you guys, okay? So I have a kind of positive...
Money, yeah, money, oh, money, yeah, money.
Thank you very much, Barrett Wells. For Super Chat, it says, have some of Phil's money because I'm here for the bullshit. Thank you very much, Barrett Wells. I do appreciate you giving me some of Phil's money. Take that, Phil, you salty wee bastard. I've got some of your money right here, and there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Nah. Get wrecked, soy boy. Thank you very much, Barrett Wells. I do appreciate you giving me some of Phil's money. I just noticed there on the, Phil's chat. By the way, Phil's chat is not live. We're behind on the video. Phil's chat is live time. He had to type in tip to make sure the command's working. So he was a bit desperate to make sure that the fucking tip command was like not broken or whatever. I assume somebody pretended it wasn't working, so he just typed it out of desperation. Now everyone's fucking spamming tip. Black Lady Walking's spamming tip. Genetics is spamming tip. Jesus Christ, man. He just invites all the fucking dent heads in his chat to type the tip command. Which will fucking make him bitch and whine about that as well.
Positive update in regards to the false copyright strikes, okay? So I have a kind of positive update.
I'm counting that as... Oh, I should have counted as good news. A kind of positive update. I can't count that. I can't count that as good news. Ignore me.
In regards to the false copyright strikes against DSP Gaming. I talked about it yesterday, but as I said, I know for a fact a lot of regulars weren't here yesterday because yesterday was all about Ninja Turtles. They didn't really care that much about it. So what I want to do is kind of reiterate what's going on here so you guys know, okay? So here's what's going on with the false copyright strikes. Last month, I received 2 false strikes against the channel for a bunch of bullshit, okay? Once these are cleared up, I'm going to tell you the full story. And I know a lot of you want to know the full story about this because you don't know the ins and outs of how it happened or anything. It's an actually interesting story because it involves a person who's pretty messed up in the head. Let's just put it that way, okay? But anyway, I received 2 false strikes against the channel, okay? I immediately issued counter notifications saying, I know these are fake, all right? Let's go ahead right against them immediately, all right? So, yeah, let's see how that goes because they should immediately be taking action against or whatever and get them cleared up, right? So then what happens? Nothing really. After the 2 false strikes hit, as you noticed, I can still stream, I can still make videos. Go figure, nothing's really changed with the channel. But what ended up happening was I told you guys about it because I wanted you to know I have a backup plan. If something else happens to the channel and it gets suspended or shut down because of false strikes, I have other places I can go to stream and make content for you guys. I have it all set up and ready to go. So the backup plan's in place. All right, just so you know, we're ready to go at a moment's notice if it happens. And if that does happen, just to reiterate, go to my Twitter at @TheyCallMeDSP. I'll tell you where to go, and we'll just continue business as usual. To hell with the bullshit. Okay? But I had to tell you that, because if I didn't tell you that, no one would be aware of what's going on. And if the channel just disappears, now there's drama, people would start freaking out. I didn't want that. I wanted to basically control that issue before it ever happened. Okay? So, I tell you guys about this, and what happens, right? I'll tell you what happens. People say, well, shit, if DSP Gaming might get suspended or even terminated, which is not going to ever get terminated. If this channel would ever disappear, it's going to come back. It's just a matter of time before the copyright strikes get cleared up, okay? Just to clarify that for everyone, this channel has been through the ringer. It's been around for 11 years. This channel is never going away. It may just have to deal with some bullshit, and then it's always going to come back, okay? Don't worry about that. Okay. Anyway, people were worried. Admittedly, I kind of understand why they were worried. Well, if the channel gets suspended and I become a member today, I lose my member benefits until the channel comes back. That's not fair. If I gift a bunch of memberships to the channel, you know, those people are supposed to have all those benefits. What if the channel gets suspended? Now they're not getting them, and all my money is kind of half wasted for the time that the channel was suspended, right? These are valid responses, even though I feel that they're unfounded, because this channel, again, is not going to go anywhere permanently. And by the way, something else that I should reiterate. Any memberships, all right, that come to this channel, any super chats that come to this channel, all right, I get them, and they help support the channel, all right? You don't have to worry about, oh, they're just going to disappear magically into oblivion if the channel gets suspended or something like that. Okay, that's not going to happen. So you never really have to worry about that. Okay. What you can worry about is losing your perks, and that I have nothing to do with that. That's YouTube side. YouTube is the one who gets perks and everything. But if you do support the channel via super chats, via memberships, and all of that, I'm eventually going to get that support anyway. You understand? So you don't have to worry about that. Oh, he's going to lose it or whatever because of false copyright strikes. That's not going to happen, you know? But the thing is, some people aren't just doing it to support the channel. They're doing it because they want something out of it. They want the shout out on stream. They want to get the benefits. I understand that, all right?
That should really be the fucking main draw. There's no fucking mean. If people are fucking going to give me money, I don't want them to fucking do it thinking like they're not. Well, I don't have any. I'm a bad example actually of that, because to be fair, I never fucking ask for money either. If people want to give me fucking money, that's up to the kindness of it if they want to. You know, I'm not here fucking begging anyone. But yeah, look, if people want to give somebody money, content creator, it's one of those things. It's like. For people to offer memberships, for example, is usually because there's good perks to that. A lot of content creators offer like some kind of members only Discord group where you can fucking talk with your fellow members, and sometimes you can get to talk to your content creator as well behind the scenes randomly whenever they're on Discord as well. There's like kind of wee perks like that, you know. There's good wee things like that. You get wee updates maybe before anyone else because you're a member, and you get, you know, it's stupid kind of normal wee shit. That's good wee shit, you know. That's good little incentives to become a member. People are actually getting a bit more for their money's worth when they're becoming a member, and it's not just helping out their content creator with money. It means they're getting a little something back, a little, you know, special wee extra community thing and all that shit. Not Phil. Phil can't do that apparently. Even though there's something specifically integrated to Discord to tie up and sync up with YouTube and the memberships, no, Phil can't do that shit. Phil has it in his power. He actually has it in his power to set up a Discord for members only. He doesn't have to do much extra fucking work for it, because it's a case of Discord looking at who all his members are. You know, he can actually get it set up so Discord knows who's a DSP member, and it's only DSP members that can have access to that fucking Discord. It's in his power. It's literally within his power to do that. He doesn't want to. He can't be arsed. He's a lazy bastard about that shit. The way he sees it, if you want to fucking talk to Phil, go to his fucking dumbass forums. Pixar saying yesterday it was all about gifted memberships, which didn't happen, so it's back to begging and sob stories today. It technically did happen. They got 4 new members. It went from 379 to 383. 4 new members, that's not too bad. Thank you very much, Sid. Saying nice bingo layout, thank you. I know what you mean, it's like green squares, it's all symmetrical as shit, it's fucking mental. Barrett also saying I can't set up a Discord because those people without Discord would feel left out. That's such a fucking dumb argument, man. It's a big fucking deal. I mean, see, anyone can fucking make a Discord, Jesus Christ. Nah. It's not a fucking valid reason.
I get that. So, it is what it is, guys, and I apologize that all this shit happened. Here's the update I have for you. After waiting a week and a half and sitting on my own thumbs, like, what am I supposed to do? I issued the counter notifications. I've heard nothing. So I went and I checked on them, and it basically kind of says they're kind of in limbo, and I don't understand. Why is it in limbo? I issued the counter notifications. So I contacted YouTube a couple days ago, again, through their customer support. I said, I don't get it. You know, I issued counter notifications. These should be cleared up within a few days if everything is fine. What is actually happening? We'll look into it for you and get back to you. Okay? Okay? So I wait. All of a sudden, it all updates. Oh, now we forwarded the counter notifications, and the person who issued the strikes has basically 2 weeks to sue you. And if they don't actually sue you directly, we have to, you know, take away the strikes. Okay? Now, let me tell you something. No one's suing me. They can't. They don't have legal ground to stand on. There's no actual case against me here. It's trolling activity. So there's not going to be any lawsuits hitting Phil or DSP Gaming. It's just never going to happen. Okay? It's bullshit. The whole thing was bullshit to begin with. It would be hilarious. I would love to hear a troll go to a lawyer and say, hey, I want to sue a streamer for, you know, for this. And the lawyer really like, ha, 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 ha. I took your consultation fee because you're a fucking moron, but man, you were stupid. Thanks for the...
It's kind of funny, because Phil's right that the guy that did this to him hasn't got a leg to stand on. Somebody pretended to have made an intro for Phil and claimed it as their stuff. They copyright claimed Phil's intro when he used back in February. And the guy that claimed it had no right to claim it because he had nothing to do with it. I know that for a fact because the guy that did make it told me. He's like, yeah, the guy seems to be, I mean, it has to be the intro. There's nothing else in those streams that has Phil's, that has any different kind of, you know, artwork or whatever, other people's content, you know, it's just the fucking podcasts. It has to be the goddamn intro. So, as I'm saying, the guy that made the fucking intro is saying, yeah, this is the intro, I fucking made him. By the way, it's a detractor that made the intro. And he had nothing to do with the strikes. It's what I'm saying, someone else is basically pretending they made that intro and they're claiming it. And the guy that made it is like, what the fuck? No, I made that fucking intro. And he's kind of, it's kind of, he wasn't sure how to fucking feel about it, you know? It's like one of those kind of things where it's like, I don't know. He was like semi kind of wishing that he fucking knew who the person was that did the copyright strikes against him so he could give him the raw files. So he actually would have a valid argument, but nah, I don't think he was going to do that. It's one of those things where he's like very tempted to help out the random troll, but nah. It's one of those things that's okay, whatever. What intro was it? That was a great saga. Jesus, I can't really find it because I can't find it on DSP's channel because he fucking deleted most of his fucking videos with it. And, nah, I can't find it too easily. I'm sorry, I would show you, but it's, I mean, I could try. Fuck it. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Just enjoy some Meerkat music randomly while I fucking try and find this very quickly for you guys. I do have a method to try and find this quickly. I just need to go to Raw DSP archive, go to the videos and fucking scroll down massively to like several fucking months ago. Oh, wait, I passed it. Hang on. Mid-February will do. 2 seconds. That wasn't me, by the way. That was Raw DDM. Right. Give me a second, guys. Let me find the intro. Because I'll be on here alright. It should be alright. It should be on here anyway, actually. Is it this one? It should be on this one. Is it this intro? Not this one. Hang on. Here it is. Okay, this is the intro. This was the intro.
Wow.
Jesus fucking Christ, the burp was not part of the intro. That was Phil at the time having a live burp at that fucking moment. That was the intro. Oh, and don't mind it. And by the way, right, very random, I was searching this earlier on. Phil talked about the time that he could have got recruited to the military, which is what I was searching for earlier on. I was watching that being said, I was talking about people in the military. So I just typed in recruitment and found the clip where Phil was talking about how he could have been in the military. We can watch that later on if you want. But let's go back to Bingo for now.
Free money. Anyway, that all being said, the situation is it's going to still take time to clear up. But why? I issued the counter notifications a week and a half ago because apparently YouTube sat around doing nothing. Even though their system is supposed to work that you issue the counterclaims and immediately they're supposed to review and forward them to the party so that now you have 2 weeks and it's cleared up, they apparently sat around doing nothing. At least from what I can see. I wish I could clarify that, but you can't get any help from YouTube on these issues, so they'll never explain the situation of what really happened. They're just going to not respond or just lie. So I have no clue what actually happened. I was immediate with my response to the trolling activity, and literally it sat there for a week and a half, nothing. And I had to ask YouTube what's going on. Then magically the status changes to, oh, we forwarded your counter notifications. So now you have to wait 10 business days or...
Phil, the fucking difference is, YouTube are a fucking massive company. They have fucking billions of fucking, gigabytes of data on that fucking website to deal with. There is so much fucking data.
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much for the super chat. Barrett also says, he is such a Karen. I fucking couldn't agree more. There are fucking billions, I'd wager there's billions of fucking videos on YouTube. Billions of fucking videos. And there's probably hundreds of thousands of copyright claims every single fucking day, easily. There's so much fucking bullshit for YouTube staff to try and go through behind the scenes to make sure nobody's getting fucked, basically, with this kind of shit. There'll be fucking bots fucking making a copyright claims to you because that's how they're fucking set up. Phil has no fucking life, so he can fucking respond to it like that. Because his life is so fucking devoid and empty, he has the fucking free time just like that to fucking deal with it immediately. People at YouTube though, they're fucking busy as hell trying to fucking make the site not fucking crash and burn into the ground. YouTube's not fucking perfect, I think we can all agree with that, but they're obviously fucking busy as hell trying to stop this kind of shit being abused as much as it has been. They don't do a fucking flawless job at it, obviously, but it's hard as well. A lot of people do try and fucking exploit the system. It is very easy to exploit the fucking system in YouTube. We've fucking seen that firsthand. How many fucking detractors have been shut down unfairly because of some random nutter exploiting the system? And Phil just wants immediate answers because Phil was able to fucking respond to it fucking at his end straight away. He wanted an immediate fucking response at fucking YouTube's end. You entitled piece of shit.
14 days for this to clear up. It's bullshit. It is. It's like that. You're telling me now my channel stays in limbo extra time because you didn't do your jobs? Yeah, apparently that's what they're telling me. Okay? So, that being said, all right, there's nothing else I can really do. I just got to wait for these to clear up, and it's going to take 10 business days or 14 normal days from yesterday when apparently these were forwarded. Okay? And that's it. That's all I can do. So the good news is the strikes are getting cleared up, and hopefully within the next couple of weeks.
Hooray, said good news. That's another fucking bingo. Get that shit ticked off and we'll fucking get the horns playing. That's 2 bingos.
DSP Gaming will be back to normal and we can stop talking about this fucking bullshit. In fact, quite frankly, I don't even want to mention it again until it's cleared up. I don't see the point, right? What's the point of talking about it over and over and over if we're never going to get anywhere with it? Right? Right? There's no point. So let's just say, fuck it. Okay, it's there. The strikes are still there. They're going to get cleared up. We just got to wait. What I will do is I will let you know, I will let you know when the strikes are cleared, because once they're cleared, right here on the Level 1 podcast, I'm going to tell you the whole story of what happened, all right? It's hilariously stupid, and I've had enough of this kind of bullshit happening, all right? I really have, and so I'm going to clear it up for everybody, all right? So the full story will be known once this is cleared up, but I want it cleared up first, and then we'll talk about it, okay? Okay, so it's coming. Just be a little patient. The sooner YouTube does their job and clears up the strikes, the sooner I can tell you the full story, all right? Cool. Now, excuse me. The other thing that I would like to talk about is gifted memberships, which apparently are having issues on YouTube right now. Okay? Normally, on...
Let's be honest, I'm not having issues because he's had people in his chat right now gift 15 of them. So right there, someone just gave 10. And like a few minutes before that, Cat, the guy, not Phil's cat, but CAT, the person in Phil's chat, who's probably OIC, gifted 5. I'm not sure if they've been claimed by anyone. I don't believe they have been. There's no messages in Phil's chat to say they've been claimed, so they've been gifted. People are trying to gift them, and they're showing up as being gifted. But no one's claiming them yet, it seems. They actually might be broken for Phil. Because people are trying to gift them, they're going through on YouTube as being gifted, but nobody seems to be able to claim them. Now, I'm not sure if this is a YouTube thing, or if this is because of Phil's recent copyright strike drama. It could potentially be because he got those 2 claims in his channel. Nobody could gift anything anymore. I'm not sure if that's a correlation or not. Because I don't know if anyone actually was able to gift memberships randomly I think you can gift them individually. Yeah, you can gift them individually, but you can't do any membership bombs anymore right now. I think, at least that's recently what it's been like for Phil anyway. I know people have been able to get memberships gifted to them individually though.
On this channel, since gifted memberships were instituted several months ago, there'd be a lot of gifted memberships given, right? Yesterday, I did a marathon, the Ninja Turtle Marathon. There were 2 people who tried to give memberships. One person tried to gift a single one, and one person tried to give 5. They didn't work, all right? Huh? Now, here's a weird thing. In the last couple of weeks, other people have gifted memberships to the channel, and those did work, but they were very strongly delayed. Allow me to explain what I mean. Someone will come on the stream and gift a membership and normally be immediate, because here's how gifted memberships supposedly work on YouTube. You're on a stream, someone gifts a membership. If you're not opted in for it yet, a pop-up should appear and say, hey, you don't have a membership yet, and people are gifting them on this channel. Would you like to opt in to automatically receive one and become eligible? Yes. And once you click yes, supposedly that's it. You're in the queue. You're lined up to get a gifted membership, right? Right? Right. So, that being said, okay, great. No, that's no harm, no foul. Everything's easy. It's set up. It's ready to go. It should be streamlined, right? So what was happening is people would gift, and immediately a bunch of people would get the gifted memberships right away, and everyone's like, oh, this is cool, right? But now, people gift a membership, it doesn't hit. Like, what's going on? It's taking forever. Why is it not applying? And then like 2-3 minutes later, no one's even expecting it. All of a sudden it would say, so-and-so was gifted a membership. So what took so long? It used to be immediate like this, and the membership would apply. Now, the membership is not applying at, like, for minutes and minutes. What's going on? And we don't know, again, we don't run YouTube. We don't work for YouTube. How the hell would I know what's going on? You guys don't know. So we're like, whatever, and then what happened is, because of the false copyright strikes and everything, people were kind of apprehensive about gifting memberships to begin with, all right? So then yesterday, what happens? People try to gift, they don't work at all, all right? They're just never apply. And everyone's like, huh? Now, I have an update on that, okay? In regards to the gifted memberships, one of the people who actually gifted them actually talked to me in the chat this morning, and they said, I got an email from YouTube stating that I'm going to get a refund for those gifted memberships, and I should get an explanation or a follow-up within a business day about what happened. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Because here's the weird thing. You could say, oh, maybe it's because Phil's channel is in trouble or whatever. It's definitely not. Like right now, I look all throughout my channel, right? And everywhere I go, everything says it's normal. Yes, the false copyright strikes are still there, but they're already counter notified and they're going to be cleared up. That shouldn't affect my ability to have memberships on the channel or anything like that. I click on monetization, everything is enabled. I click on memberships, everything is enabled. I click on super chats, everything is enabled. Nothing has changed. Like literally everything is exactly the same. Nothing at all has changed. So I don't think it's anything on my end, causing this. It sounds like it's a YouTube side glitch or issue exclusively with gifted memberships. Okay? Now, to help confirm that, someone else in the chat this morning actually said that they were on someone else's stream on YouTube, and they got gifted a bomb of memberships, and only a few of them worked, and others didn't. And everyone was like, what happened? Someone gifted so-and-so many, right? Why did only this few get applied when all these people have it set up to accept the membership? So apparently it's not just me. It sounds to me like there's something going on with gifted memberships on YouTube. They may or may not work. Now, here's what I can tell you. Here's the good news. If it doesn't work, you get your money back. All right? It's not like, oh, I gift memberships to DSP Gaming and my money gets flushed down a toilet. Phil doesn't get it, right? No one gets memberships. No one gets anything. That's not the case. You're going to get a refund. All right? So it's not that big of a deal. Okay? But it is annoying when people want to support the channel and get momentum. Like yesterday, I said to everyone, yesterday we had way more viewers than usual because it was a marathon. People were here for some Ninja Turtles fun, to see me eat pizza and all this stuff. We had at least 100 to 200 more people on the stream than we usually would. And I told everyone this would be a great opportunity to gift memberships. 2 people go to do it and they didn't work. So now what happens? Well, no one else.
That counts. That counts. He said this would be a great opportunity. It would be great. That counts, surely.
Some Ninja Turtles fun, to see me eat pizza and all this stuff. We had at least 100 to 200 more people on the stream than we usually would. And I told everyone this would be a great opportunity.
This would be a great opportunity. I'm counting that as would be great. That's a diagonal bingo. Bottom left to top right. There we go.
To gift memberships, 2 people go to do it and it didn't work. So now what happens? Well, no one else is going to try because now the membership is, or the momentum, I should say, is thwarted. If those went through, maybe someone else would have said, oh, I want to help and came and gifted memberships. And we would have got a big momentum going and a bunch of memberships would have been applied to the channel. And now I lost all of that. Now, not because of the trolling, but because now YouTube is having issues on their side. It's bullshit, okay? So here's what I would say. All right, if you were already thinking of supporting the channel and gifting memberships, don't be afraid to try because they may work. Some are going through. It seems to be a really glitchy, weird system, which is odd because it was working fine. and now something has broken. But this is not a rare occurrence for YouTube. YouTube is infamous for having systems in place that work, things that are going well, and then someone over there says, oh, I want to improve it, and they tweak a line of code and they break the whole fucking system. Why they don't test their shit before they launch it site-wide, I have no idea, but they literally never do. They always just change it and then boop, fucks the whole site up. Okay? So if you were thinking of gifting memberships, don't be afraid to try. It may still work. If it doesn't, you're going to get your money back. But in the interim, if you want to help out directly, like I said, I'm already way down on income this month. For when I get paid later this month, it's going to be way less than what I usually make from YouTube because of the fucking bullshit trolls last month. So tips would be great because tips I get immediately, and that would help me get through this tight week financially right now. And on top of that, that would help to offset all this bullshit going on. So I'm not saying don't become a member. By all means, please do. Keep supporting the channel via that way. I'm happy that people want to be members. It sucks that the system is not really working properly right now. All right, so you can always tip if you want to make up for that and help more in the short term. I need help with those tips this week to get through. Like I said, not only did I just drop a ton of money on a bunch of other stuff, my wife's birthday's in 2 days, then I got to buy a new game for Friday, I got 2 giant bills this weekend. Tips would help a ton right now, okay? Okay. All right, so that's the stuff that I really had to talk about on the podcast this morning. As you know, we have a double membership goal for the month, 2 rewards. If we hit 450 members by the end of the month, it's a Halloween marathon where you guys nominate and vote on the games. I dress up in a costume and I'll be doing a feasting with the king. Plus, if we hit the 450 by September 16th, which is under 2 weeks from now, but you know, still a good amount of time to hit it, then I'm doing an additional bonus event where I'm going to do a special React marathon event on a weekend. All right. But yeah, we have to basically get those memberships going. And right now I am frustrated that we're in a situation where we could have had some yesterday and we didn't get them because YouTube's not working right. Okay. So that's the housekeeping stuff I have to do. All right. I'm going to do some shout outs. And then, sorry. Excuse me. I'm going to do some shout outs. And then I guess what we can do is open up some Q&A and all that. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, I know, Dak. He says your luck level right now is like negative 10,000. I mean, that's about right. I mean, it's like everything at once, right? It's not like, oh, just one thing happens. It's like one thing, then another thing, then another thing, then another thing. It's like what they say, when it rains, it pours, right? And that's literally what's happened is, oh, you got this, then you got this, then this, then this, then this, then this. Wait, can I clear up the first thing first? No, 10 more things first. Okay, so let's do some shout-outs. So let's see here. Shout out to Fens the Spook, who did a 3-month re-upping of his membership. Thank you, Fens. And he says, good show last night, Dark Sea Devil. Thank you very much, Fens, for the ongoing support. Now, the cat did a series of super chats, all right? Some are innocent, like shout out to Majin3 and Melia, they're real pimps. That's a nice thing to say. And then he has 2 things that are detractor memes, all right? Detractor memes are not allowed. I'm trying to be nice and lenient because you've been very supportive of the channel recently, all right? But everyone has to abide by the rules. No, you can't bring up my fucking wife, and if you do it again, I am going to time you out and ban you. You're not going to do that. That's not allowed on the chat. Just completely disrespectful and not acceptable, all right?
You fucking brought it up first. You fucking told us it was a fucking birthday in 2 days' time. You want to fucking shove some fucking sushi down our goddamn throat? How's that the chat's problem? That you fucking want money to fucking force feed your wife a bunch of sushi to shut her up? How the hell is that fucking anyone's... I don't know. Pixar, you just distracted me. I think King Jar is still on 1.25 speed. I do try and make myself kind of comprehensible these days for my YouTube audience. And that means I do be very careful in how I articulate words, because sometimes I just naturally go in a very fast flow, you know, talking. Yes. Yeah, but by the way, most people do think Cat in Phil's chat is OIC. The fact that he tried to gift 5 memberships as well randomly, and they seem to be... Phil seems to know who the hell they are. Cat, I believe, is... I'm not sure, I'm on the tips tracker right now. Doesn't Peace have this guy logged for like contributions? I don't know if he tipped anything. Oh my god, I searched tips raw, but I'm only searching fucking Cat, and there's like fucking 185 results. What's his full name? Is it just Cat, or is it the Cat? I fucking scroll up to one of his last random shit. It is the Cat. Okay, yeah, let's narrow shit down. 2 seconds, guys. I want to see if this motherfucker tipped anything as well. The Cat has done... Yeah, he done a $69 tip for Destroy All Humans back on...
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Black Mage, for super chat. It says, I come for an angry Scotsman. Don't make it easy, man. If you fucking come here an angry Scotsman, that's your business. You know, each to their own. You know, I do have an apparently attractive voice for people, you know, so if that's how you come, then fair enough. It's a wee bit too much information, but, you know, it is what it is. The cat, though, going back to the tips tracker, thank you very much, Black Mage, for super chat, by the way, and sharing that kind of strange information. But, yeah, the cat donated $69 back on the 30th of August, and a tip. Then $46 the same day for the night stream, and that same night stream another $49. So that was a very supportive day of the cat supporting DSP. That's the only times he's tipped. He's tipped those 3 times. And the notes on the side here. Oh, he's actually got a unique ID as well. He slogged that. The general consensus is that it could be like a fucking 1 minute man. But yeah. So, Stellan Archer saying, went to Trossachs the other day, fucking beautiful place. Ah, very nice, Stellan Archer, nice one. Bigger stuff, and Black Mage is saying he meant talking slower and making myself intelligible. Yeah, I do the best I can for my YouTube audience. You know, I understand that my natural speaking tone can sometimes be a bit hard to comprehend, and so it's one of those things. I think a lot of people, especially around the area I grew up in, if they have to try and make... Kevin Bridges is a great example of that. Kevin Bridges, comedian, Scottish comedian, and he's from the kind of same kind of area I was from. So, and he at times had to try and make sure he done a tour in America, and like he had Americans going up to him saying, "Your English is incredible." Which I was like, yeah, I fucking speak English, you know. My English should be fucking good, you know. But yeah, that's what the fucking thing is, you know. But it's just funny. Black Mage does not want me to make it easy for plebs who can't understand. I mean, don't worry, when I fucking get angry, I fucking forget about trying to be comprehensible usually. I just fucking let the salt flow. You know that, so don't fear that. But yeah, that was Cat's fucking... That's how I found it. So Cat's last message was a super chat. And I am going to go 1.5 speed because big one is coming soon for recent transgressions. I don't know what the message was, I missed it, but he got his message leaned. We are 26 minutes behind. I am going 1.5 speed. Let's go.
Right. The other thing, I don't even understand what that other thing is. I think people have said it's some kind of a negative meme or something. I don't actually know what the fuck that's supposed to be, but I know for a fact people bring it up in a negative light. So I'm just going to say it this simple. Cut the shit. I know you're doing it to get a rise. You're not going to get a rise out of me. You're just going to be like, well, whatever. And then eventually if I have to time you out and ban you and shit, I don't want to. I think that you've been a cool guy on the streams recently, but now you're trying to push your luck to get a rise out of me. It's not going to work. Right? You know? It's stupid, okay? So please stop. Okay, and then the villain re-upped his membership for 16 months at the super supporter level, which is the higher level of higher support, and I really appreciate that. The villain, thank you for that. Okay, on the tip side of things, as of now, we have no tips. Now, I would hope that's simply because no one's chosen the tip. Let me just make sure that the tips page is loading for everybody, because sometimes, you know, we used to have some issues with that, but I think that it's fine. It just might be no one, you know, decided to tip this morning. Let's get this going. Let's see here. Yep, tips page works. So just no one opted to tip this morning, which is fine. Again, with all the stuff that.
That's funny. That's funny as fuck, man. Him fucking. We actually seen that earlier on. Phil typed tip in his chat to make sure the command was working, and that is not him being fine. That is not him being fine. I needed to watch this at fucking normal speed. He was actually hoping and praying something was wrong. What's the alternative? Nobody wants to fucking tip me despite me being desperate for fucking money. I was telling people how desperate I was to fucking tip me this week, for this month, and nobody did it.
But I think that it's fine, and it just might be no one, you know, decided to tip this morning. Let's get this going. Let's see here.
Wait for it. Look at him confirming. Look at him confirming. Listen to this all.
Yep, tip page works. So just no one opted to tip this morning, which is fine. Again, with all the stuff that's going on currently, guys, you know the different ways you can support the stream, and I say the best way right now would be tipping, or unless you want to try to gift memberships, which would definitely help the channel in the long term, but we don't know if they're going to stick. If they do, great. If not, you'll get your refund. But, you know, right now,
it's like, I'm fine. Honest, guys, I'm fine. I'm not angry at all. I didn't get any tips. I'm fine. Yeah, you're not fucking fine. You're salty as fuck, you wee fucking bitch. I'm perfectly fine. His fucking voice almost vanishing, man. Jesus Christ. This is the worst begging stream all year. Swear to God, says Hines. I mean, it's... Right now, it's kind of par for the course, but he is particularly desperate this month. Sunspot Gallery saying fine like my ex does. I know that kind of fine. That's the kind of fine where I'm not really fine, but they don't want to fucking let you know what's wrong. Yeah, exactly. Well, in this case, we know what's wrong with Phil.
Especially with the fact that, you know, I got another game to buy on Friday. I just spent a ton of money, and these 2 bills coming up on the weekend. Absolutely, tips would be the best way to support. It would help. Okay. Okay. Well, that's really about it. That's really about all I got to say. All right. So, what I would say is, hey guys, what do you want to talk about? You got any Q&A? You got any anything you want to talk about? If you wanted to help me out here, you just help me out here. If you want to ask me a question, tag DSP Gaming in the stream chat, and I'll read your questions. We'll do a little bit of Q&A here. Nico says, I wasn't watching when I got a gifted membership. I wasn't even on YouTube at all. I received an email saying I got one. I checked in there. It was. Right. It's supposed to be completely automatic. It's supposed to be you've opted in, and now you just get it. So that's what I mean. There's no active action needed by anyone. And the fact that it seems like some of them are going through and others don't, it just means that YouTube's system has broken. It's another thing that YouTube coded. Oh, it's working great. Let's make it even better. Update the code. Break it completely.
I just realised I didn't put it back onto 1.5 speed. I was on normal speed because I wanted to observe Phil's salt. It's saying I'm fine, honestly I'm fine, it's fine. I didn't want people to tip me right now anyway, it's fucking fine. Even though I fucking tell people how desperate I was of fucking tips and all that shit is. It's perfectly fucking fine that nobody fucking tipped me today.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Black Mage 606 for Super Chat. It says he should play Russian roulette today. I can't reminds me of the kind of Scrubs quote, you know, like Dr. Cox. It's like, let's play Russian roulette, but let's put bullets in all the chambers so everybody wins. For fuck's sake, man. Yeah, it's just Phil is going to be quite unbearable this month, especially if support stays off quite slow. If he does not get the memberships and the tips that he is expecting, he is going to be extremely unbearable. Extremely unbearable. This is just a start. You know, if things stay off slow, this is going to be like a whole month worth of Bitcoin Zero, code blacks.
Completely with no beta testing. Oh, it sounds like a great idea. And they do it. They literally do it every day. Yes, I have leftover pizza. No, I'm not reacting to Tokyo Game Show. If news comes out of it, I'll talk about it on the podcast. I'm not doing a live react to it. Yes, I know about the High on Life game. It looks great, and I'm going to play it. It's on Game Pass regardless, so definitely. Can we play Earthbound before we play Splatoon to save some money? As I said, if I can't afford Splatoon this Friday, I can't afford Splatoon this Friday. In which case, we're doing something different. Now, I don't know if that would be more Saints Row. I don't know if that would be a different game. Or it might be Earthbound. I have the Nintendo Online subscription. We could start Earthbound immediately. So let's see what happens, okay? I have an Amazon wishlist, Kevin. The thing is, Amazon wishlist doesn't really work for my...
Oh yeah, I'm still at fucking normal speed. Guys, what do you want? Do you want normal speed? We're behind by almost half an hour. Do you want 1.25 speed, 1.5 speed, 1.75 speed, or 2 times speed? Keep in mind, we've still got quite a few things to try and listen out for. 2 times speed might be too fast. I know it's a case of trying to rattle through Phil's nonsense rambling. 2 times speed is usually too fast. I know, so people are saying at least 1.25, some are saying 1.5. The majority are saying 1.25. Okay, we'll go 1.25. The majority are saying 1.25, so the majority wins. I think that's quite fair.
My kind of stuff. For my kind of stuff that I would like, for example, what's the best way that you could donate to the streams outside of financial stuff? Credits for any of the networks, whether it's Xbox Live or PlayStation Store or Nintendo Online. All those are the ways that I buy my games. If you ever donated credits for those networks, it helps tons. It means I don't have to buy the games myself. It helps a lot. How can you do it? Buy the credits, get the code to redeem for the credits, and just email me at darksidephil@hotmail.com. That's how it works. It's very simple. But, wait, now I got distracted. Hold on. Oh, in regards to Amazon wishlist, I have an Amazon wishlist set up. I have codes and things on the Amazon wishlist. It doesn't work. And here's what I mean. People will buy from the wishlist. It doesn't send me the code. It sends the code to the person who bought it. Why? It's a wishlist. It says this is set up for the streamer to receive the item, but when they buy it, they get the code, not me. Amazon wishlist has never worked right for that. The only way Amazon wishlist works is if you set it up and it physically ships something to someone. So for example, what if this controller broke? I was like, man, I can't play on Xbox right now because my controller's broken. And I had a new controller to Amazon wishlist. Someone could buy it and it would ship directly to me. Then it works. But for anything like credits, digital credits and stuff, it doesn't work. It goes to the wrong person. So there you go. I know it sounds really stupid because it is. They never thought that far, I guess. Shout out to Kindred for a $2 super chat to keep up the great videos. Thank you to Kindred. Excuse me. I appreciate that. First super chat of the day. So keep up the great videos. Thank you for the support. The cat has to me $10. Said, fine, I will chill. Here's a tip for my mod status funds. Okay, listen. Here's the difference. Here's the difference between the cat and other people who troll. The cat, you can tell he's trying to get a rise. He's trying to get a laugh. He's not being malicious. He hasn't said anything outright, like, crazy insulting, right? He's just going along with stupid memes and shit.
He has given you a lot of fucking money, so you are quite flexible by not banning him. He gave you money, so he's bought some, protection for now. That is simply the case. The money, fucking money talks in Phil's chat. He insulted your marriage, he brought up the fucking bank weeks. He has done things which most other people would definitely get leaned for, even if they were quite popular in the fucking chat. Oh, I missed a thumbs up apparently. Tom Tony has just said it first, Evil ADR as well. People are saying I missed a thumbs up. I do apologise for missing a thumbs up. I will tick it off now. There we go. It's just not a bingo, sadly, so I cannot play the horns. Oh wait, it's a bingo. Diagonal line. Friend, thumbs up, snort, good talk, and people saying it's a diagonal line, so you guys get the horns after all. Fucking Yaldi. Yeah, that's the cat said the other day on the stream in a super chat, DoorDash bill is bigger than any grocery bill he's ever had. And they said that after DSP was complaining about grocery places, and it gets away with so much because he's given so much, and not just in super chats either. Phil would not be this lenient if it was just super chats, but this is the common popular theory is it's a OIC sock account. It might be, it might not be, but the fact is the guy has spent money and tips as well to buy some protection for himself. Phil lets him say some of these things purely because the guy has given him money. It's a strange fucking model to have. Let's compare that to me. The most I've ever been given in tips was by someone random called Undercover Tony. I've never seen the guy before, never heard of the guy before. He showed up randomly one time and he apparently loved my content. And he gave me fucking over £80 in tips. No, this is the fucking same night that somebody pretended to be me and gave Phil money in my name. And it was roughly for the same amount of money in tips and dollars in his stream. So the whole thing kind of smelled funky about that. What did I fucking do about that? I refunded every single tip that guy gave me. I have stopped that email address from tipping me again on PayPal. It's probably a sock account, so it probably won't matter much. But yeah, I had no idea the guy's intentions, but I didn't trust that at all. I was very sceptical. And well, if it was a fucking fan, then they got their money back at least, and no hard feelings. But it was just too fucking... something smelled off. I wanted nothing to do with that. So, yeah. When people give me money, I freak out and just say, look guys, you take the fucking money back. When Phil is giving money though, he just fucking lets people shit all over him. And he's like, okay, very funny, haha, stop it, I'm letting you away with it this time. Don't be fucking honest in my chat.
I asked him to stop, and he's actually going to stop, which is nice. All right? If everyone was like the cat, these streams would be so much better. The problem is the people that take it to the next level who are fucking extreme. Oh, no, I'm just going to keep it. Now I'm going to personally insult his wife over and over. I'm going to keep saying nasty things about him and his business and everything. That's bullshit. You see, that's the difference here. And that's what people don't understand. You want to razz me a little bit? You can razz me a little bit. I'm a public figure on the internet. Go ahead and fucking do it. I'm not going to get all upset, but there's people who literally are dedicated haters, and they just sit there shitting constantly. Like, dude, give it a break. You got your couple silly jabs, and now fucking relax. As you see, no one got banned, right? If everyone was just more chill, this kind of fucking stuff wouldn't.
He didn't get fucking banned because he's giving you fucking money. You know who the fuck it is. You know who it is. You know how many fucking hundreds of dollars. He's giving you hundreds of fucking dollars at least in the time he supported you. At least. And hundreds of dollars. Of course you're going to fucking have more leeway for somebody that has been so fucking generous with such a fucking open wallet for you. Fucking mealy-mouthed bastard. Pretending you're so fucking gracious and you're so fucking humble to let these fucking jokes slide. Fucking second one person in chat says snort or ack, gone. Some randomer. Aye, so fucking humble, Phil.
Habit all the time with people getting, you know, moderated and stuff, but that's it. They don't care. They just want to get to the extreme. They want that extreme reaction. That's what they're looking for. Thank you, the cat, for the first tip of the day. Now we know the tips is working, which I figured it was anyway. Okay, continuing on here. I'm gonna scroll up, see if there's questions I missed. Connor is asking, when did I start doing reactions? Personally, I never watched any of them. It seems very barbed, but it's a good way to better yourself to face challenges. Oh, never mind. I read it wrong. He says, when did I start reacting to This Is How You Don't Play? I just did my first one. That was literally my first one, Connor, that I just did 2 weeks ago. Yeah, to the Metal Gear Solid 2. Previously, my philosophy when they first came out a decade ago was just be really upset because I felt people were stealing my content and illegally re-uploading it and all my views were being taken from me. And a decade ago, things were different.
Hold on a second. Did he just say it wrong? How did he say that he read that? Did he say he read it wrong or did I read it incorrectly?
That extreme reaction. So they're looking. Okay, continuing on.
Hold
here.
on, hold on.
Up, see if there's questions I missed.
Hold on. What did I say here?
Connor is asking, when did I start doing reactions? Personally, I never watched any of them. It seems very barbed, but it's a good way to better yourself to face challenges. Oh, never mind. I read it wrong.
Yeah, I should have said wrong. I actually missed that. He said wrong. I fucking blanked on it. That's a double bingo. And the symmetry is back. It's a double bingo, but more importantly, we have symmetry once more. There we go. It kind of, the bingo card has got a fucking castle, doesn't it really? That's like the fucking Derogate or something. It's very weird. Very fucking weird kind of, like, you know, bingo art we've got going on here. So really what we need now is either sound good or finger and mouth just to maintain the symmetry, you know?
He says, when did I start reacting to This Is How You Don't Play? I just did my first one. That was literally my first one, Connor, that I just did 2 weeks ago. Yeah, to the Metal Gear Solid 2. Previously, my philosophy when they first came out a decade ago was just be really upset because I felt people were stealing my content and illegally re-uploading it and all my views were being taken from me. And a decade ago, things were different. A decade ago, I made my whole living based on views on YouTube. So if someone's ripping my videos, making a montage without my permission, and everyone's watching that instead of my raw videos, I felt like people were literally robbing me. This is income, right, that I should be making on the stream. And I'm not now, or I say the stream, I wasn't streaming a decade ago, my bad. Income I should have been making on the channel, and I'm not making it because someone took that away from me. And I had a really bad reaction to it a decade ago, okay?
Now, one very big flaw in that logic from Phil is that none of the fucking people that are interested in This Is How You Don't Play were fucking going there because the alternative was going to Phil. They wouldn't have went to Phil anyway, most of them people. Most of the fucking people would not have fucking endured Phil's fucking raw footage of all the fucking Metal Gear Solid shit. One of the big fucking draws, one of the big fucking appealing things about This Is How You Don't Play was the fact that it was in a digestible format so you could enjoy the whole fucking thing in arguably 1 or 2 sittings. You didn't have to fucking sit through all the raw fucking content, including all the mostly mainly boring shit that Phil did in that game. He was fucking not great at that game. That's just the way it is, you know. Anytime the fucking alert would go off, he would fucking hide. He wouldn't even fucking try and progress. He would just wait, even during evasion mode, like Metal Gear Solid 3 for example. He would just wait. He could have advanced whatever shit, he could have just fucking tried to continue on or dealt with the situation. Nah, he just fucking hid in a corner, waited for so long. It was very boring. The raw footage was boring as hell. And it's just one of those things where there's raw footage from DSP for Metal Gear Solid games, especially those early ones that Evil AJ made us say, as I say, don't plays on. Phil's raw content was not worth fucking investing your time in because there was so fucking much of it. Evil AJ came along and made it digestible. It was in a format that people could fucking enjoy. And obviously it's basically, you know, Phil doesn't get that. He just does not understand that. Oh, put it this way. Put it this fucking way. I've got a perfect fucking way to do it. Ask Phil to watch one of his whole playthroughs. Fucking watch him say no, he hasn't got the time for it. How the fuck does he expect anyone else to have the fucking time to endure that shit when he won't do it? He refuses to watch his own fucking content. Phil does not want to fucking endure his own shit. He's expecting his fans to, but he won't do it himself. That's how you know your fucking own content is not worth watching if the creator himself is not wanting to fucking watch his own shit.
Then I kind of changed my attitude and was like, do whatever you want. Make the montages. I don't give a shit. I'm just going to ignore them. But now that I'm into doing some React style content this year, people said, why don't you react to them? So that was the first one I ever did 2 weeks ago. So will there be more in the future? Maybe. Although admittedly, all the bullshit drama seemed to spawn from that event. Give you some examples. The person who made it, Evil AJ, tries to private his videos and say, I can't react to them even though I have the legal right to do so. He thinks that he's going to hide them from the internet to be a spiteful dick. Oh, how dare Phil try to actually react to everything else that people have reacted for a decade. He doesn't get the right. Yes, I do, fuckface. I get the right. And by the way, he was so dumb, he had already given me permission to react to it months prior anyway. He's just an idiot.
No. He gave you permission to react to This Is How You Don't Play Metal Gear Solid 3. That was Metal Gear Solid 3. He then retracted that permission. I'll go back and say it. Phil is a type of man. I don't usually call Phil a man, but in this case I think it's quite pertinent. Phil's the type of man that if you ever say yes once, it does not matter how much you scream no later. It's one of those things, is Kat safe in that house? Did Phil cause Liana's panic attacks because she said yes once, and no matter how much she screamed no later on, because she said yes one time, Phil took that as being yes means you said yes before, so it fucking counts, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. I'm just saying though, Phil's mentality is quite, evident here. It's on show. This kind of an attitude of him to fucking ignore all the times that people say no because someone said yes one fucking time. I think it's fucking fair to point out that's a fucking dangerous attitude to have, and it's one of those things where you got to question, is a woman around Phil? Have they been safe before? Is Kat safe now? Not that I fucking care much about fucking Kat, she's a fucking piece of shit, but you've got to ask a question, is she getting abused by Phil? Because even though she's screaming no now, in the past she said yes once and Phil take advantage of that. I'm just putting out there. Phil has made it clear that if he ever said yes at any fucking point in time, he's going to go with that fucking answer no matter how much you scream no in future. I'm just making that, he's made that perfectly clear himself. I'm just pointing out the observation.
But then after that, that's when all this trolling started. That's when people started hitting me with false community takedown attempts, these false copyright claims. All this started with that. So it's like, everyone else it's okay, but if I want to laugh at myself and admit my own mistakes and kind of show that I've changed as a person and grown, the trolls don't like that. You can't do that. So it is what it is. But I really enjoyed doing it, actually. And yes, I would consider doing more in the future, just not immediately. You do for variety purposes. I'm not going to do another one right away. So maybe, we'll do it again. Okay? Okay. The Red Baxter says, what about, this is how you don't play Metal Gear Solid 3? I might do it. The thing is, we already know the problems with Evil AJ acting like a jerk. So do I really want to go up that tree again? I just got down from that tree. Do I want to go right back up the tree again like a stuck cat with the middle of drama all around it? Probably not.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the videos are available. I mean, I'm fucking go to YouTube right now and find out, where's Evil AJ. 2 seconds. 2 seconds, guys. Let me see if I can find it. 2 seconds. I'm going to take Evil AJ's YouTube channel. Here we go. Evil AJ's YouTube channel. Here we go. Sort by most popular. Hey, look, could you look at that? His most popular videos, as I said, don't play Metal Gear Solid 3. It's available. It's right there on his fucking channel. It's not hidden or anything. Uploaded 9 years ago. 2.2 million views. Fucking Yalday. It's there for all to see. And I was happy, if you'd never watched This Is How You Don't Play 3, I'd highly recommend it. Very good video. And obviously, a lot of people enjoyed it. 2.2 million views. Fucking shout out to Evil AJ. And that's the thing as well, people are reminding me in chat, Phil never actually asked Evil AJ for permission directly. He still had him blocked on Twitter. Phil never sought permission from Evil AJ. He said he would, but he refused to. Someone else asked him if...
Money,
sorry.
yeah. Money. Oh, money, yeah. Money.
Thank you very much, Black Mage, for Super Chat. It says, didn't ask for permission, didn't change as a person. Fucking exactly. That's what I'm saying though. Someone else randomly on fucking Twitter, some random, I don't know who the fuck it was, but they asked Evil AJ, would you object to Phil, reacting to Metal Gear Solid 3, This Is How You Don't Play? And at first, Evil AJ seemed kind of okay with the idea, he said he didn't really care. Later on, within that same month, he retracted that. He said he didn't think he was okay with it anymore. So basically went from saying yes to no. Phil's ignoring all he knows, and so he said yes one time. So Phil then reacts to a completely different video than what was stated in the question. It's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. The fucking amount of pigmantics that goes on. This guy is a fucking cunt. He's an absolute fucking cunt. There's no other way if I can describe it. I don't care if Susan gets pissed off. This is an absolute fucking cunt of a person.
Did you play anime fighters back in the early 2000s at Evo or arcades? I don't know what the hell that means. Anime fighters? Like, the thing is, if you're talking about, oh, the style of artwork, I mean, you could argue Street Fighter Alpha looked like anime or manga. And I played that extensively, okay? But if you're talking specifically Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue, no. Guilty Gear was the series that was the competitor to kind of everything else. It was newer in the early 2000s, and I tried playing it, and I just couldn't do it. I didn't like it. I just don't like the gameplay style. And by the way, I respect it, because I like watching people play at a high level. I've sat there at EVO Finals watching people on stage playing, like, wow, that's cool gameplay. That's high-level stuff. That's exciting to watch at a competitive level if you understand it. But it just never clicked for me. It's more, those games are like two people constantly trying to attack each other, right, and find an opening. Once the opening hits, here comes an insanely huge, ginormous combo, because I got the one hit. Oh, well, I burst, so I got out of the combo. Now it's my chance to look for my one hit that leads to a ginormous combo that dominates the round. I don't like that. And by the way, that kind of gameplay carrying over to games like Ultimate or Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I don't like that there either. I don't like the idea that you get one hit and the whole fucking round is over, because that's you know, the giant combos and shit. I like more straightforward gameplay where, yeah, you make a mistake. Uh-oh. Well, now you're down on your luck, but you could still come back from it, and you could kind of recover if you play better. You can't really do that in those kind of games from what I've seen. That's why I never really liked the gameplay style. All right? Now, admittedly, back then, I was more anti-anime style as well. Today, I really don't care what the visuals look like. I'm just being honest. I don't give a shit. I mean, look, I played, what was it last year? Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, or whatever the fuck that was. I didn't care how it looked. I was trying to figure out how to play it. But yeah, like, basically, I don't know. It never clicked with me. That gameplay style never clicked with me, and that's why I really don't play those games, if that's what you're even talking about. Apparently, I missed a super chat. Okay, hold on. Ack to the super chat saying, so that means we are cool. No, that's the stupidest fucking name I've ever heard.
That's a brilliant fucking name for Phil to read that. I need to go back and play that again.
Ack.
Keep in mind, this is 1.5 speed. Like 1.25 speed. You read that. It sounded perfectly fucking normal. I'm going to normal speed.
Apparently, I missed a super chat. Ack.
So normal speed.
Ack to the super chat saying, so that means we are cool. No, that's the stupidest fucking name I've ever heard.
Why is that a stupid fucking name, Phil? Why is that a dumb name? The guy just calls himself Cack. What's wrong with that? Is it hurtful to your business? Just laugh it off, Phil. Just laugh it off. It's a harmless little meme. It's a completely harmless fucking meme. All he's doing is just fucking saying, it's his username. He's not even insulting you with the contribution he gave you. Phil's all fucking butthurt because somebody named himself Cack. I'm going 1.5 speed. Fuck this, man. I'm getting fed up with Phil's shit.
Hurt.
Also, let's hear what it's like in 1.5 speed.
A super chat. Okay, hold on. Ack to the super chat saying, so that means we are cool. No, that's the stupidest fucking name I've ever heard. Just change your name to something not insanely mouth-droolingly dumb, and maybe I'll actually give you a second of attention on my stream. I mean, come on. You can grow up a little bit, maybe. Reduce the acts by 3. Maybe just ack, I would say. You know? Arcade Cup, thank you for $8 super chat. I appreciate that. So that makes Arcade Cup the latest super chatter. Cool. Thank you for that, Arcade Cup. Melty Blood and Arcana Hearts. I never played either of them. They were very, very lesser-known fighters back in the day. They didn't have widespread distribution. If I remember correctly, I think Melty Blood originally was a PC game, and then it got ported and was sold as an actual retail game afterward. But they had small communities. I'll be honest with you, they were looked down upon by the mainstream FTC as like, oh, look at these games that, you know, are not to be seriously taken games or whatever, because they're all animation, they're not really getting any kind of mainstream attention or whatever, they're so small scale. So, you know, I never played them, actually. I never played any of those, so I can't really comment on them, okay? The Cat has attempted to give 5 more memberships to the channel. Attempted. So far, no one's getting them. Let's see what happens. This is the second attempt. We tried yesterday, didn't work. Will it work today? When it's been working, it takes a while. It seems to take like several minutes for those memberships to be gifted out, but we don't know if it's going to work. And again, rest assured, you're going to get your money back if it doesn't work. But the question is, why isn't it working? Jackie says, do you think the memberships are screwed up because of strikes? No, because they were working. I had these strikes for over a week and a half already, and people were gifting previously, and it was working. So it doesn't make any sense at all. It really doesn't. It makes no sense at all that they're not going out, you know? Here's a question. Did any of you just get the option to opt in? Did any of you who weren't opted in just get the option to say, hey, opt into a membership? I'm just curious. Oh, trust me, there's enough people signed up to get the memberships. Oh, I know there are, because we had 600 just a month ago. And now, here we are a month later, there's hundreds of people signed up for them. Ditch Wizard said, I did just get the option. So it's still, see, the whole system is still in place. Black Lady Walking, I don't believe a word you're saying. I'm not going to believe a word you're saying.
Why? Is it because she's black? Nah, that's a bit sus there, Phil. A wee bit sus. Not gonna believe a word they're saying just because they're black. That's a bit standard for Phil, I guess.
There you go. Totally not Wonder McDonough said, I got the option yesterday when Ice did it, the option, and you clicked on it and everything. See? I think it's broken. I think YouTube broke the system. Someone, oh, I'm going to recode and recode and recode. It doesn't make any sense at all, right? I don't get it. Well, who knows? Right now, no one's getting them again. And then we have a bunch of people gifted in, right? Or opted in, I should say. So it sucks, because here we are, trying to recuperate from having way less memberships last month as a result of illegal activities against the channel, and now I'm in limbo and I can't get any gifted ones. It's bullshit. It is. It's fucking bullshit. Well, since it's not working, and here's the thing, now we're never even going to know when it works again. The only way you can even know if it's working again is for people to keep trying, and that's what sucks, right? Now we know it's not working today, right? We know it's not working today. You know, when do you try again? Tomorrow? Who fucking knows if it's going to work tomorrow? This sucks. Well, guys, remember, you know there's other ways to support. Obviously, you can tip me. I guess tipping right now is the foolproof way for everything to work, which really sucks ass that you have to be limited to one way, but it is what it is, I guess. What can I say?
He's actually fucking angry that the only way to support him, he can't have multiple ways you can get fucking support from him. He's completely ignoring super chats, bro. He just fucking memory hold the fucking usefulness of super chats. He completely just fucking, you know, he's completely forgetting about how useful super chats are. It's basically tips. Memberships or tips are all he fucking wants right now. He really wants to get back to fucking 600 members randomly, even though most of them are fucking artificial and they're sock accounts. Fucking half the people in that fucking chat at the time are probably just fucking there as fucking detractors or some pish. Some randomer gets a fucking membership for fucking DSP Gaming. He's like, I don't want this fucking shit. Fucking ignores it for a month and fucking makes sure everything's not opted in again. Phil, you know, review Toilet Paper USA saying, look at his face, he looks totally fed up. This is a man that loves his life and loves his job, everyone. Oh, he's so fucking happy with how his life is going right now. On level 1.
No, Dacky, I can tell you, it does not go through unless someone gets to accept it. If someone accepts it, then it counts towards your new members for the channel. Like right now, when I look at a stream, I have a dashboard I'm looking at. And the dashboard says things like how many viewers you have, how many likes on the stream, okay? Chat revenue, meaning, you know, super chats or memberships, and then the total new members you got during that day, okay? And right now it says 0 new members. Now, Wicked Grom just attempted to give 10 memberships to the channel. Wicked Grom, you've been listening to what we're saying, right? That this probably is not going to work. So I appreciate you trying too, but it's looking like it's not working. It looks like the system does not work right now for some unknown reason. Unreal. Yeah. Sweets, we'll have to see what happens. You have to think YouTube's going to fix it. This is lost revenue for YouTube, as well as streamers and you know, and content creators. So you have to think that YouTube is going to fix this, right? They're going to eventually figure this out and fucking plug up the problem, whatever it could be. Problem is, I have no control over it. You know, all I can do is what I've been doing. Do a chat with YouTube customer support and say, hey, this is going on and no one's getting them. Can you look into it? And that's it. That's all I can do. And then if they figure it out, great. And if not, there's nothing that can be done, you know? So maybe I'll do that later. Maybe when I finish with the stream, I'll open up, as I'm uploading, I'll just open up the chat, support chat, and let them know, hey, 20 gifted memberships in the last 24 hours didn't go through. It seems like the system's broken. Can you look into it? And that's all I can really do. So it sucks. All I can say is, guys, if you're thinking of supporting the channel, sorry you can't get memberships right now. They're just not working. No one's getting them. So consider instead tipping. That's the only other thing that you can do right now that will kind of make up for it, okay?
No. You fucking told people they can fucking give you console credits earlier on. No. I hope people just fucking give him console credits. I just give him console credits only. Fuck tips. Just give him console credits so he's fucking forced to just use that fucking shit on games and he fucking can't spend it all on fucking sushi and fucking, you know, whatever else nonsense like alcohol and WWE champions. Nah, fuck the tips. Just give him console credits so he can buy those dumbass games to play for those fucking dintheads on stream. That's what you can fucking do, guys. Yeah, do that, Phil fans. Just give him the console credits. Ignore the tips. Ignore the super chats. Ignore Patreon. Give him those Nintendo credits. Give him the Xbox credits. Give him the PlayStation credits, not shit.
Sucks. And I need help with tips this week regardless. I do. I need a lot of help with tips this week in regards to, you know, affording everything going on around here and everything. And the bill's coming up next weekend. So, yeah, tips would be tremendous right now.
Another quick reminder that Phil got $275 in tips yesterday, and the day before that, he got $178. So the 2 days he's had since his fucking day off, he has had quite a tremendous amount of support. Over $450 worth of tips have come in for DSP Gaming, and most of that has apparently gone already. Incredible, isn't it? Hey DJ Dino, how you doing?
No, YouTube isn't. What YouTube's going to do is they're going to refund. Like, Only Ice Dividend said, he got an email saying he's getting a refund. So these guys, the Cat and Wicked Grom, you guys are going to end up getting an email, and it's going to say you're going to get a refund, and I don't know if there'll be an explanation or not as to why. If there is an explanation, by all means, let me know what it is. But right now, like I said, how is it? You can become a member, you can re-up your membership, you can super chat, you can do a super sticker, you can do super thanks. All those things work, but you can't do a gifted membership only. How does that make any sense? It doesn't.
Why don't you encourage those bastards to become members then by their own fucking means? Why don't you just ask them to spend $3.99 on becoming a DSP Gaming member? Try and sell it that way. Look at all the people in your chat that have got white names. Connor Brooks, Wolverine Dreams, Retro Parasite, Ryan Wilson, all those fuckers that could just fucking buy their own membership right now. Mel there, randomly, has got no fucking green name. Why can't they just be encouraged by you, Phil, to buy their own membership and support the channel that way, one by one? You built yourself up to 300 odd members without gifted memberships before, just with a whole bunch of sock accounts. Why don't you try and encourage people just to get the fucking, go with their own incentive, get them to part with their own money. Never mind the gifted memberships nonsense, it's apparently not working right now. Go back to the fucking means of trying to encourage individual people to fork over their own money to become members of their own free will. He just abandons that concept because I think he accepts the fact that nobody else fucking wants to do it. Nobody wants to pay for this shit. Then why the fuck would they?
Doesn't make sense at all. It's stupid. Okay. Can you gift on Patreon? Oh, yeah. If you ever wanted to pledge to my Patreon, patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. Yes, there's perks on there. For example, $20 pledge earns you a guaranteed answer to your question on my upcoming Ask the King show, which is going to be about halfway through this month now. Also, a $50 pledge to my Patreon gets you a private video that I make for you. Okay? Which some people have actually taken advantage of recently. All right, so the Cat did another super chat saying, I just smoked, so I'm out. I love you all. All right, the Cat. Hopefully we'll see you later. Have a good day. Do what you do best, whatever it may be. And have a good time doing it. And be safe. There you go.
Someone just super chatted him as Donkey Kong saying, I need banana, tasty banana, squeeze a peel, it comes in denim, squeeze banana. I don't know if that's going to get leaned or not. Phil, I don't think actually minds that, to be honest. Because it did say that, it basically did say that. And it got turned into a wee song and all that. Christ. It's a waste of fucking money, for fuck's sake, you know what I mean? But it's still kind of funny.
There you go. How private, says 7 essentially, it used to be a Q&A video. People would ask me questions I would answer for like 20 minutes. Now what people have been doing is asking for private reacts. So recently I did reacting to some K-pop music, which I don't really hear much of at all. So it's kind of like a fresh reaction to something I never really heard or seen the music videos of. And then recently someone had me react to some like scientific videos about black holes and string theory and stuff like that. So...
Which fucking idiot's fucking asking Phil for his opinion on black hole and all this scientific shit? What the fuck? Which fucking denthead is thinking I want Phil's fucking learned mind to give his input on, the theory of relativity and all that shit? What the fuck are you talking about? What fucking person wants his actual input on this shit? Bull fucking shit.
Sweetie Pie has tipped me $15, says, I hope this helps towards the lost and gifted membership still. Thank you. Thank you, Sweetie Pie. It will, obviously. And it's going to help me this week as well, so thank you so much, Sweetie Pie. Cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, we still got some extra time. If anyone wants to do some Q&A, I want to toss some questions my way, please do. Just tag me in the chat, okay?
Oh, he's chewing his wee nail. That's a finger in the mouth. And the symmetry lives on. It's not a bingo, but we've still got perfect fucking symmetry on the card. That's the important thing right now. I don't actually think. I have a feeling we're not going to get a full house. We are... So Phil's playing the game right now. We are 45 minutes behind, 46 minutes behind. I don't know how we get... Well, I do know how we get so far. I fucking rant and ramble, I pause, I go in fucking detours, and we end up being 40 odd, 50 odd minutes behind. Sorry about that. Hey, Roachbait, don't worry, man, you've not missed much, because I'm still 46 minutes behind the live DSP. We're in the middle of Q&A shit on Phil's podcast still. So all my rambling and ranting is fucking meaning we're fucking miles behind.
See, and that's the thing. Gick Rhyme says, I allowed gifting, but now I'm not getting the gifted memberships. It doesn't make sense. Why would it still pop up and say, hey, gifted memberships are enabled on this channel. Do you want one? Yes, and then not gift them. It's broken. Jackie says, if luck is your lowest stat, what's your strongest? The funny part is, a lot of people just say luck is my highest stat, but you want to know, I don't think it's luck, I think it's perseverance. That's what it is. I just don't give up. I don't give up on shit easily, you know? Ambulatory says, have you read Pet Sematary? I never read it. Saw the movie, never read the book. What would I do if I were to blow bubbles but I ran out of them? I'd have to get more. I have more. This is the only one, no exaggeration. I've been using these bubbles for over 2 years or whatever, since I started doing the bubble blows on streams. I think it started during Fall Guys 2 years ago. It's very low, but I have more. I think when we bought them, we bought like a 4-pack. We saw it at a store for like $2 or something, because we thought, oh, this will be something Jasper would like. We'll blow bubbles and he'll chase them. And then he hated it. He absolutely hates it. So now I have nothing to use them on. That's why I blow them on stream. Guns and Neuroses has sent me $1.50 to say, Phil, as Lords of the Fallen 2 has been announced, would you consider doing a redemption run of the first game, which you never finished? I recently completed it myself. Do we have to know it's bug free and cleaned up? No, I don't ever want to play that stinky turd ever again. I don't care that they fixed it. It sucked. They ripped me off, and I'm never playing it again. Sorry, that's just my attitude. I don't care anymore.
Okay, that is scat talk. He called something a stinky turd. That's not a random insult. Who the hell thinks I'm going to have a random insult? You know, that is definitely scat talk. That is a bingo. No, it's not. Damn it, I thought it was. Sorry, I thought what I mean by that was ticked already. Sorry, my bad. It's not a bingo. And it ruins the symmetry. We need him to stand up. Will the real Phil Burnell please stand up?
Or, you know, when you rip someone off that badly at launch and release such an unfinished piece of shit game, no way, man. No way am I going back to it. We get Grom. This is Cowabunga Collection, yay or nay, Xbox or Switch. It doesn't matter what you play it on because the online doesn't work right. I played it on Xbox and the online is so unfinished and broken, you would never want to play it. You're going to join a match with someone. If you're lucky to find someone, good luck. If you find someone, they could literally just stand still and do nothing and fuck your whole game up. They could literally stand there and keep hitting the credits, go, Cowabunga, and you can't stop them. Can't ban them, can't kick them, nothing. It's idiotic. It's a half-finished game when it comes to the online. If you're talking as an offline collection of games, it's great. The games run fine. There's some nice options. For example, the offline versions usually have a rewind function or a save state function, which helps you beat them, especially that original NES game that's so hard. But online, forget it. So usually the question, oh, what console should I get it for, is an online question. Doesn't matter. You're not gonna have a good time with the online regardless. Have I watched The Fast and the Furious? I know I saw the first one. I might have seen the second one, and that's about it. Haven't seen them since then. How often do I read books? I don't anymore. I used to a lot when I was younger. I haven't read them in a long time. I don't have time. Nico says, why would someone have to permit something that's positive and free like a membership in the first place? YouTube makes no sense. That's not how it is on Twitch. On Twitch, you just get it. So who knows? Who knows what their thinking and rationality is? I have no clue. Connor says, if the story for Destroy All Humans 2 story picks up, would that make it better? I know you said previously the story is childish in dialogue. If the story was interesting, like there's literally nothing going on in this plot that interests me. It's very generic, cookie cutter plot with a bunch of sexual jokes, and that's it. That's the whole game. So, and we're three cities in out of 5, and the game hasn't changed. I don't think it's going to change its tone suddenly in the last third of the game. You know what I mean? How much pizza's left? I want to say 3 big pieces, because that pizza's giant. And you saw 2 pieces I ate were huge, and then my wife I think had 2 pieces yesterday, and then I had 1 more. Last night I had like a late night piece, so there should be like 2 or 3 giant pieces left. I'm not exactly. She might have had another one since then. I don't know. What is it about the turtles that has persisted for so long? Like Scooby-Doo, every generation has their version, going back decades now. You know, I don't know. It's just so freaking weird that, like I said yesterday on the podcast, when I was growing up in the 80s, and when my friend first told me, hey, are you into the Ninja Turtles? I was like, what the heck? The Ninja Turtles. Little, slow, shelled creatures that can barely move are ninjas. Give me a break. What are you talking about? Oh, but these are Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's different. Like, what? This is weird. You're saying weird shit to me. You know? And then I actually start watching the show on TV, and I like it. It's funny, it's exciting, interesting characters, right? You know, wow, this is not bad at all. I love it. And you know, I don't know what it is. You're right, though. There's certain things in pop culture that just persist. And I guess the Ninja Turtles at this point, 30 years running and long and even further, I guess they're just going to be one of those things. On paper, it doesn't sound right. Turtles who are exposed to a mutagenic goo by accident that mutate into anthropomorphic humans and somehow learn how to talk along with an anthropomorphic rat that's a martial arts master, because not kung fu, that he teaches them, it's ninjutsu. Then they learn ninjutsu while living in the sewers, and their favorite food is pizza, despite the fact they have no practical way to get pizza because they can't have jobs. So how do they pay for the pizza? Yes,
I mean, that's pretty fucking obvious, Phil. They ask for tips. Same way you fucking do.
going to play Gotham Knights. No, they were not kids that got into toxic waste. They're turtles that got the toxic mutagenic goo poured on them.
Fucking Phil's immersion of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was broken because the Turtles didn't have a fucking proper method of buying pizza. Never mind the fact that they're fucking mutated goddamn turtles that fight crime and all this shit or whatever. No. The immersion was fucking broken because the bastards can't fucking pay for their own pizza by any visible means. That is literally the fucking thing that broke Phil's immersion from this great TV show that seemed so fucking realistic up until that fucking point in time. Fucking behave yourself, Phil.
What is my favorite movie of all time? I don't have a necessarily, oh my god, it's the best movie I've ever seen kind of a movie. But I would say probably the one that I could watch over and over and over in a loop from start to finish and probably never get tired of is Ghostbusters 1. That movie I watched a ton when I was a kid. I still laugh at the punchlines every time. The writing, the comedic timing, the improv, it's all impeccable. It's an insanely good movie. Wanderer says in the comments it's explained Donatello, does jobs with his tech-related expertise. That allows him to earn money for the family with little or no exposure to people in general. Well, yeah, except that when the Ninja Turtles came out, there was no internet, so there's no way to do that anonymously. You would have to meet with someone to do it. Now, maybe with the website listings and shit, but even then, how do you get the money to pay for the website and that web advertising? How do you pay for the internet? I forget. Why are we...
It's a fucking show about teenage fucking turtles. And what the fuck is wrong with you, Phil?
Trying to actually, why are we really trying to really justify this, honestly? Right? Why? There's no reason. There's no reason to justify any of it. Okay. What's up, Rashawn Johnson? How you doing? He says, hey man, stay positive. Thank you, Rashawn. Do I remember the song High Tech 3 Spin That Wheel? That was one of the ones I didn't like. Spin That Wheel. They played that one when it cut to the kids that were basically doing their big party and shit at the Shredder's place, and they were being indoctrinated to become the Foot Clan. I remember exactly where in the movie where it happens, but because they actually had a big gambling wheel, they were spinning and stuff. But I don't like that song. Out of all the songs, like I like TURTLE Power, I like 9.95. Those are the two that stand out to me. The two songs from the Ninja Turtle soundtrack that stand out to me because I own the soundtrack. I used to listen to it on loop. Those are the two that stand out. The others don't really stand out that much. Thank you, Bill. He says, good afternoon. Hope you're well. Keep up the awesome work. Enjoy your content. Thank you very much, Bill. Yes, I've ridden the Ferris wheel. Yes, many times. In fact, Kat and I have ridden the Great Wheel that's out here on the pier at Pike Place in Seattle. You can actually see that wheel in The Last of Us 2. It's actually in the game, and we actually rode that wheel together. It's very nice.
There's no fucking way that wheel held Cat. I refuse to believe that. That fucking thing did not fucking rotate around with them in it. No way.
Super high up. It's probably the biggest one I've ever been on. My favorite X-Men character was always Wolverine. Now I don't know. I haven't read or done anything with X-Men in a million years. Melia says, I enjoyed your Darkness 2 playthrough. I only played the first game at some point. Yeah, I only played the Darkness 2 because it was new. I didn't even know about the series. I played it. I loved it, but it was a very short game. I don't know about the Darkness 1, if it's any good or not. Jackie, I have not had any time to look into that kind of stuff. He says, you did anything with that piece of fan art you found when you were cleaning out your closet? Dude, again, I really don't have much or any free time. I have things backed up I need to do personally in my life that I have not...
I have to fucking remind people that he spent 3 to 4 hours watching another YouTuber play a fucking remade Last of Us game. He admitted the other fucking day there. People are so confused that he fucking admitted that he spent 3 to 4 hours watching some random fucking YouTube video fucking streamer. Someone just fucking played a new Last of Us game. 3 to 4 hours. And he said at that fucking point, time was not the problem. It's like the lack of skills for him, like making his own shit, like thumbnails and art and all that shit. Time was not apparently a problem then. Now that's been retconned immediately. Time is a fucking problem again. No. Here's the fucking problem. Phil's a lazy bastard. He needs someone to fucking date for him.
That I had a chance to do, because I don't have enough free time, and that's something that eventually I'd like to do something with if I find time. Here's something that would be great. Maybe I could finally find a place to sell all that stuff that we found in the closet that has value, right? It's gonna be a while, What are you gonna do? I have so little time to do shit. Gabe, the place, where's the pizza joint I grew up with? It was Vinny's Pizza in Bridgeport, Connecticut. That's the one I used to eat at all the time. I haven't eaten there since when we went there in 2019 to visit my parents, we had it and it was amazing. But that was always my favorite place, Vinny's Pizza in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
That was the happiest day of Phil's life. Not because he got married, but it's just because he got to fucking eat that pizza again. But I fucking hugged Vinny. I was like, Vinny, my old Italian pizza making person. Oh, I live in the east and west coast now. I've missed you so much, Vinny. You're like family to me. Get the fuck out of the way, Mum and Dad. I'm trying to hug Vinny. Jesus Christ, man.
Jackie, considering right now, as I explained to you, it's hard for me to make ends meet. No, I can't take an extra day off. I would love to. And I should say this, moving forward this month, there has to be, at some point during this month, I'm going to have to take a night stream off. I know it. I have to. There's stuff that's now backed up that I have to do. And I'm going to get in trouble if I don't do it. I'm putting it off because I don't have time. So I have to do, I'm going to have to take a night stream off at some point, probably around the middle of the month. I'm going to take a random night stream off just to do shit, personal shit. But no, I can't just take a whole day off from work. I have to be here. I have to. I need support to make a living, man. This is my job. It's here to be crowdfunded every day. This is how I make my living, you know? I don't watch college football. Don't know anything about it. We're watching any shows right now? Nothing continuous. We've been watching Shark Tank on and off again. We've actually been watching a playthrough of The Last of Us Part 1 because the game is quite good. Like, it's a really good game. Last of Us 1 is an insanely good and well-written game. It still makes you feel for the characters and stuff. Even 9 years later, it's still emotional. So we're watching The Last of Us Part 1 to see if there's differences and see, you know, how the game is. That's been ongoing for a few days now, but that's about it right now. Of course, our...
Wait a fucking second. I thought it was only his fucking day off. He was watching the fucking Last of Us guy play games. It's been ongoing for a few fucking days. Mr. Nay fucking free time has spent the last few days watching a fucking other YouTuber play this fucking remake of a game that he's fucking bashed and shat on. He's probably trying to fucking take notes and all that shit as well. It's like, this sounds a wee bit different, but it's not really fucking worth... I can use this to talk about in my fucking streams, my podcasts, and I can shit over Neil Druckmann again because they fucking thought this was worth fucking $70 or whatever shit. He is definitely fucking taking notes. I'm calling it now. He's taking notes watching the shit so he can fucking find a new reason to rant and bitch and whine about Neil Druckmann.
I remember Singularity, Connor. Because I rewatched your playthrough a few days ago. It's still funny to me they speak English on an island owned by Russia. Yeah. Kind of like every single show with aliens, they all speak English too.
There.
No Lord of the Rings show feels like fan fiction. I do not like it, says Michael Caine. I have not watched it. I might eventually, because I do have an Amazon video, so I might watch it eventually. But, yeah. The whole modern shit. You know, all these shows they're trying to come out with now, and like, oh, yeah, it's going to be so good. Like, no. Do you really think that the Amazon television show is going to capture the spirit of the Peter Jackson movies? I don't think so. It's going to be inferior. You're not going to like it no matter what, you know? It's funny, because the opposite happened with Star Wars, where the new Star Wars movies didn't capture the spirit of the original series, but people are saying that The Mandalorian actually kind of does and is better. We watch YouTube, we watch it on our TV app downstairs. Yeah, we have the app installed on our TV. Wait. No, we have a Fire Stick, that's right. Because we tried that, and the apps on the TV don't fucking work. We try them, they crash, they fucking fuck up. Yeah, we got a Fire Stick, Amazon Fire Stick. We watch it on the Fire Stick, hooked it to the TV downstairs. That's what we do. Am I looking forward to Halloween? I like October because, number one, I decorate the office with spooky decorations. It's really nice. We have better animations, like horror-themed animations on the stream. Those are really cool to have. And I like the fact that we do horror-themed things. There's going to be some horror-themed games coming out that month. We're going to do, hopefully, a marathon. You know, we'll see what happens with memberships this month. When the gifted ones don't. We would have had 20 more right now. We would have been at 403 if the gifted memberships worked. You know? But anyway, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for October. In general, October is a really fun month. I am aware that there's a ghost behind me. I was aware of that. No, I've not seen The Boys. I've heard a lot about it. The Boys sounds to me a lot like Kingdom Come. Kingdom Come was a plot line in DC where the heroes, the Justice League, became villains. They basically became, instead of, oh, we're the group here to protect everyone, it was like, we're the group here to just control everyone. We know that we're superpowered. We know that we're stronger than everyone, so everyone just listens to us, worships us like gods, and if you don't like it, we just fucking vaporize your ass. Sounds like The Boys, right? Like, that's what people tell me The Boys is. So I'm like, so is it just Kingdom Come, but a live-action television series? Because that's literally the same exact plot. So I don't know how they didn't get sued. You know? When I was a child, yes, I did read Dr. Seuss books. Yes. No, I don't have plans on a Dark Souls 2 magic run. I already did Dark Souls 2 magic run. My first run was the lightning bolts. Unless you mean pure magic. The boys is really different from that. Oh, okay. Maybe I, when I say that, people are like, yeah, in general, that's what it is. Like superheroes acting like assholes, like mightier than thou, gods, abusing their powers. Do I know more than one language like Spanish? I can understand a lot of Spanish. If I hear people speaking Spanish, I can usually get the gist of what they're saying in most times.
It's just funny as fuck because I had so many comments on one of my most recent videos I uploaded. I had so many comments about Phil reading off something in Spanish, which was like some kind of insult. I think it's like Spanish or suck my dick or something like that, you know, and he said it flawlessly pretty much, you know. But as I paused it at that point. Phil actually knew what it meant, but I paused it before then. So a lot of people were like, oh, did you realise that Phil swore in Spanish? I was like, that guy made Phil swear in Spanish. I was like, yeah, I paused it earlier, I didn't mean to. Well, I meant to pause it where I did, but it comes across as Phil reading out a Spanish insult without seemingly being aware of what it fucking meant. He did know what it meant. I just paused it a bit before Phil was going to finish explaining that he knows what it means. But yeah, as soon as I hear that, yeah, Phil seems to not understand a fair bit of Spanish for whatever fucking reason. I don't understand, how the fuck can Phil know that much Spanish? Or is it only the insults? Has he heard all these fucking insults directed towards him from like Latino speakers over the years that he fucking just learned what they are just by having them all thrown at him over the years? It's like if somebody swears at you enough fucking times in a certain language, you'll just fucking know what that fucking language is all of a sudden.
I took Spanish for a couple years in high school, so I know all the common words and phrases and things, but I can't speak it. I couldn't form a phrase in my head and speak in Spanish, but I can kind of understand what's going on around me when people are speaking in Spanish. Okay. No, I didn't speak Latin. I took Latin. I took courses on Latin, and you learn a lot of root words from Latin. A lot of words in the English language actually have similar roots to words in other languages. So as long as you know what the base structure of the word means, its core meaning, you can kind of figure out what the rest of the word means. What's up, Expand Dong?
I feel it's kind of weird, but him trying to pig-splain Latin is very tempting to tick what I mean by that is, even though he's not really said it. Yeah, Excalibur said he ticked pig Latin. Nah, I can't just tick what I mean, but I really want to try and tick off as many fucking things as possible. I'm just trying to cheat the system now. I would have actually liked to have taken Latin. I know Latin's kind of like a fucking dying language, but it does seem like a very interesting language. Like kind of the obvious example of like a Latin word kind of is like a television. Like vision and television's like a Latin word apparently. Actually, does that make sense? I think it does technically. I'm not saying the fucking television was around when Latin was popular, but I think it's like there's quite a lot of similarities as well when you talk about the French. And yeah, BST's saying it, you know, as well. French, Spanish, Italian, very close linguistically. So yeah, I took German and Spanish in school. I done German mainly. They tried to get me to take Spanish as well as German for like a short time, and that shit confused the hell out of me because I was actually mixing up my Spanish and my German. You know, so it's like, me amo King Jad as eat Comet House Shotland. I was like, so I said my name was King Jad, and then in Spanish, and then I said I come from Scotland in German. Yeah, okay, very good. Aye, very good. So yeah, I fucking shit confused me just trying to learn multiple languages at fucking once. It's kind of weird to try and take multiple different languages at one time in school. But German was the main language I took, and I'd rather have taken French. French is obviously the fucking more popular language. German is an angry language. You never fucking hear a calm German, you know. Anytime you think of a German language, you always think of some wee angry person yelling. French is like the language of love, and even Spanish as well can be quite a nice, kind of passionate language. German, it's all angry, shouty. Even more angry than Scottish. It depends. Hungarian is an angry language as well. I've heard that actually, I've heard that. But I would have loved to have taken fucking like French in school. The only foreign word, Pixar Animation says, the only foreign word I associate with Phil is gougats. Gougats. But yeah, it's funny, man. Some people are just fucking very good at picking up languages. It's like that guy that does there's that random guy that lives in New York. It's like Zhao Zhang or something like that. He lives in New York, but he knows how to speak Chinese and Cantonese and Mandarin and all that. And he can actually pick up languages very quickly, and he fucking educates himself on even doing different languages. I think the guy's like Zhao something anyway. I think the guy's name is. He's very popular on YouTube, especially obviously in like China as well, because you're this kind of pasty white guy who's very good at speaking things like Mandarin and Cantonese and all that, and all these different kind of like Asian dialects, and he learned Tibetan as well and all that as well. He learns all sorts of fucking languages, which is very, it's impressive that people can do that. The brain's fucking mental. Some people can just learn languages that easily. Me, I fucking struggle with English at the fucking best of times, and that's my fucking core language.
Yes, I was just speaking of that expand on. Yes, recently, someone, a patron of mine, had me do a private video where I reacted to all things about like space and physics. Like I did string theory and something about black holes. I don't forget what exactly the topic of the subject matter was, like white holes and black holes. And I watched those videos and reacted to them for a patron. It was a private video, and I guess they uploaded them. So yeah, and I guess he says he saw it, and he actually commented. He says he's intrigued by the videos just like me. Yeah, that's interesting stuff to me. It absolutely is. I don't, do I ever think big picture like that? Sometimes I do, but in reality, us down here on normal Earth, how often are we really affected by giant galactic issues like that? Almost never, right?
It's bizarre that he's fucking bringing up white holes. Obviously, did anyone else, hands up in chat as soon as you heard black holes and then white holes being mentioned. Hands up who thought of Red Dwarf. I want to see a whole bunch of hands in chat here, because I immediately, my mind went to fucking Red Dwarf when I heard the mention of white holes as well. To me, that's a thing that some of my space education growing up was based on Red Dwarf, and trying to explain all this shit intelligently to the fucking rest of the dumbass crew. Like a black hole sucks and everything, like space and time and all that shit, but white holes apparently regurgitate it back out in these kind of strange pockets and all that. Red Dwarf. For people who aren't aware of what Red Dwarf is, brilliant comedy show, 80s, 90s BBC comedy. Red Dwarf. Although it kind of fell apart a wee bit after like this, the 7th season or something, 6th season, 7th, it got a bit strange. There's always kind of thing, sometimes seasons would end, everything fucking blows up at the end, end of a season, and it's like, okay, are they all fucking dead? And then they'll have some bizarre explanation as to why the next season everything's fine. I would highly recommend it, it's quite good, Red Dwarf. I would definitely, there's 12 series altogether. Yeah, Dirk Peters is right, it's 12 series, but it does get a bit strange and a bit kind of, I felt like it overextended its stay. As nostalgic as it makes me feel, there's several great episodes and that shit, but yeah. Sunspot Gallery just said that he would love the reverse third. That might be a later season reference for Red Dwarf. I don't quite get that. I don't know if I want to get that. It seems a bit... If that was actually a reference from a later season... I genuinely am trying to remember if that was even a reference in any fucking older episodes, but nah. But yeah, I'll still highly recommend it anyway. I think it's definitely worth a watch. So yeah, it's quite an intelligent show. They have some interesting concepts about space and time on there. It's just a bunch of fucking dafties lost in space. Like the last human, as long as some kind of cat evolved creature, some robot, and a hologram. So there you go. That's a crew.
So that's what you actively think about, but it's kind of interesting every once in a while to separate yourself from this very grounded existence on planet Earth and think about the big things. It's kind of cool. Poopsicle to me $1.50 saying, Chicago deep dish pizza is not authentic. It is known as tourist pizza. There you go. It's still a style of pizza that's pretty much exclusively served in Chicago. You wouldn't get that anywhere else, right? So it's still Chicago deep dish pizza, but it's very different. Right? It's not. I wouldn't call it authentic pizza. It's a weird oddity style. It's so just like cheese pie with meat and veggies and stuff, right? Like it's almost like a quiche when you think about it. It is similar to like quiche, only it's a different consistency. Okay, guys, I think it is time to end today's podcast. I appreciate you all chilling with me. Thank you for your support, and hopefully we'll have some resolution to some of these issues. I'd love to have the copyright strikes cleared up sooner rather than later. When they clear up, I will tell you the full story. All right? I would love to have gifted memberships working. They're not. There's nothing I can do about that. Like I said, maybe what I'll do is at the end of this stream, I'll toss a request to the general customer service line of YouTube and say, hey, 20 gifted members didn't go through in the last 24 hours. Can you look into this? I don't understand what's going on because everything else on the channel works. Right? I guess we'll see. And we'll go from there. Okay? Guys, thank you so much for a great podcast. until tomorrow.
Fuck off, I don't want to hear this fucking stupid ass intro.
Okay, so let's quickly get set up. I'm going to take a brief break to use the restroom. It won't be a long one. This will be a short break just for me to take a leak. And then we're going to jump back into Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed. Hoping the game is interesting today. I don't know. Like I said, I honestly feel like the first game was better. The subject matter of the game is very interesting to me when it's 90% stupid, sexualized humor. You know, jokes that, like, a teenager would make in, like, middle school is basically the entirety of the game. It's not good for someone like me. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay. There we go. Okay. Let's take a brief break. I'll be right back. You know what? I won't even run ads or nothing. I'll mute the stream. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back in just a couple minutes and we'll start with the game, okay? Cool.
So yeah, I guess we're just waiting for Phil to get back. This is not looking promising for Bingo, I'm not gonna lie. We're 4 away, and technically Phil did stand as well. I mean, I don't usually count Phil standing up for his breaks, although technically we've seen him do it. I need to go full screen to show you guys, but technically he showed himself standing up.
Cool.
Usually we don't see that. Now usually I don't count Phil's breaks as part of the bingo card for him standing up. But the fact of the matter is he didn't fucking hide it behind a thing, you know, he didn't hide it behind anything else. I mean, we don't usually see it as a I don't know. But we'll tell you what, we'll fast forward. We'll fast forward and see what happens. Oh, he's back.
Jasper really wanted to come in. He was running up and down the hallway. He was meow meow meowing. And I was like, no, Jasper, not today. You know, cat's home. Can't have my booming voice through the whole house, echoing like a caveman, basically. But he's pretty, he's freaking out. He's jumping all over the place. Pretty funny. Okay. All right, it's time to resume Destroy All Humans 2. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not super pumped for it. I mean, I'm honest with you. I'm not going to tell you I love the game. I really don't.
So yeah, he's really got a control in his hands as well. He's not going to stand it. I don't think there's any point in actually ticking it, you know, because even if I do tick it, we're still 3 away. Although if I do tick stands up, it would be perfect symmetry. I mean, as I'm saying, we actually have evidence he stood up because we saw him do it. He didn't put the ads on, for example, on the stream. He literally just muted it, ran off. We saw him stand up. It's a weird one. You know what? I wouldn't usually tick it, and I don't think it's going to result in us winning a bingo. But for the sake of symmetry, no CD, I think I've got to. It's not going to result in a full house, alright, so I'm not trying to cheat that kind of way. But it looks better this way, doesn't it, the card? It does look a bit better. So there we go, that's technically a bingo with the bottom row. For the sake of symmetry, for the sake of looking kinda cool. If a bingo card can ever look kinda cool, that's a bit of a stretch to say it looks cool, but hey, at least it's symmetry. And if we get a sound good randomly as well, then that would actually give us a castle.
Oh, gameplay's okay, and graphics are alright, and the story sucks. So when you have that combination, it's kind of like, meh. I'm happy that we're 2/3 through it at this point. But I am a little disappointed that I spent $40 on it. It's not really like that interesting to me. Kind of sucks. I thought the first game was much better. Excuse me. Okay. So I think we're at the Kaiju mission now. And now the audio's glitching for me. Michael King says the writing of the game is extremely 2000s in both good and bad ways. It's daytime. It was nighttime when I stopped playing. Weird, it's daytime now. Okay. Are you guys ready to resume? Tab Aldo says, but the comedy, it's gotta be worth the money. Alright. Alright, here we go. By the way, guys, let me know how the volume sounds, okay? Ladies and gentlemen.
And that's him recording for YouTube, so that is the end of bingo. We were 3 away in the end. I mean, technically, kind of 4. Stands up was a bit of a cheap one, I know. I just did that for the sake of symmetry in the bingo card, you know. It's a small victory because the bingo card looks symmetrical, which is bizarre. Sorry that we couldn't get a full house today. We're not too far away. He didn't fold his arms for siege mode. He never said sound good for some reason. He usually loves saying sound good as well whenever he finishes talking about something. It's bizarre, I didn't say that. And we didn't get as well what I mean by that is, which is something he usually does say. Now, before we end, usually I'll just say, okay, fuck it, we didn't get what we wanted. Let's have some Pixar animations and be done with it. Before we do that, I'm going to share something else. We'll still have Pixar animations, don't worry. And he's on the chat right now. Shout out to Pixar animations. Let's see where Phil is right now and how he's doing for support. I hit live and nothing happened.
Well, we're getting there.
There we go. Phil is currently at $27 in tips. So there we go. $27 in tips. Okay. So before we I'll pull up Pixar animations video. Ah, for fuck's sake. I don't want Pixar. I want Pixar. There we go. That's a better one. Right, so I have a video lined up. But before we play that, though, I wanted to share with you guys something I found earlier on. Now, some of you guys might have been in that being said, and they were talking about, you know, in the military. And as soon as the military got brought up, you know, it made me think about the time Phil told the story about how somebody tried to recruit him to join the military. And he thought the guy was so cocky, he decided he didn't want to do it. And I just thought it was a very unbelievable story. So, for now, before we do the Pixar Animations contributions, let's enjoy this random wee story from back in the day. This is... Shut the fuck up, Phil, I'm trying to explain. This is 2016. His pre-stream from January 29th, 2016. Bizarre wee story. It kind of starts back here.
Of the Awakenings DLC and
so about here.
The partner stuff to the gameplay I'm doing, just so an FYI, so you know exactly what's going on. Okay. Well, what else is going on with me? Not a heck of a lot. I find it kind of funny that, you know, no matter what I do, no matter what I say, people literally try to find ways to discredit me and say that I'm a liar or something, which is hilarious. I was just previously today I was looking at the comments on yesterday's Ask the King. You know, yesterday I did my Q&A show, Ask the King, and there was a segment where someone had asked a question about the military. Had I ever considered joining the military? And I told a story that's a 100% truthful story about how when I was in high school I was considering it, and I went to a
hold on a second. Maybe I should actually try and find that version instead. It might not even be here though. No, it's not here. This is not the only version I've got. Maybe we should ask the thing. I don't know. Sorry. Right, we'll continue. Sorry about that.
Military recruitment office where they interviewed me, and they basically were promising me the world. They had promised me that one day maybe I would be a military officer, and they had said things like, you know, if you join and enlist with us, you know, we'll pay for your college, and then you could go to officer school so you won't be on the front lines or anything like that, yada, yada, yada. But basically, the gist of the story is the guy was so cocky to me, was so cocky that I was pissed, and I was like, I'm not coming back. This guy's so cocky and so confident that, like, everything he's done today has convinced me to join the military. There's no way I'm coming back. Like, I don't like people who have that kind of attitude, you know? If he had been fair with me and been like, okay, well, fair enough, you know, weigh and balance your other options, and I hope to hear back from you, I probably would have been a lot more open to the possibility of joining the military when I was very young. But this guy was so cocky in the way that he was like, I know you'll be back. You know, I know that we've done a good job to convince you to join. I know I'll see you here again. I purposely never went back. So I told this story on Ask the King yesterday. 3 people in the comments telling me I'm a blatant liar. This never happened. I've completely lied because the military don't interview people, and officers need to have a bachelor's degree in order to become an officer, and I'm a blatant liar, and everyone should not listen to anything I ever say, yada, yada, yada. It's like so ridiculous. Yes, because we all know that apparently there's no interview process for the military, which is why recruitment offices don't exist in the United States. And despite the fact that in my story I didn't mention anything about a bachelor's degree, which is the truth of the story is the guy had promised that if I joined basic training and enlisted in the military that they would pay for my college so I could get a college degree to become an officer. Since I didn't specifically state that in my original story, obviously it means my entire story is untrue, and I am a horrible person. You know, it's
Pretty much, yeah, you are a piece of shit and you fucking left out details that people are going to pick holes in because it sounds quite fucking unbelievable.
just so bizarre. If people are so fucking stupid and dumb and, you know, anything to try to twist my words and or say that I'm a liar. It's just so fucking stupid at this point that, you know, and then they complain, oh, Phil deleted a comment on the video. Yeah, because you're an idiot.
So Phil's always been a wee bitch about these kind of things, as you can tell. It's just funny. I just can't make me think of this fucking military story that Phil told before. He told the fool and Ask a King, and I don't actually think I remember seeing this day later explanation and trying to retcon it and trying to. It's incredible. It really is. Fuck it. Right. That's enough of that. Let's end things how we always end things, guys. Sadly, I didn't get a full list in the bingo, but we still had a good time, I hope, you know. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me. I do appreciate everyone that turned out. Keep me right in the chat, you know, for the things I missed in the bingo card. Thank you for all the support as well. Super chats as well. You guys are so kind. Always, man. You guys are so fucking supportive, man. I really want to get a full house bingo. It's been long overdue for me, guys, to give you something back, you know, you guys are giving so much. You guys are so fucking generous, man. I want somebody to win 25 out of 25 so I can give something back to you guys, you know. So hopefully tomorrow will be the start of a brand new week for most people, obviously, you know. Fucking Monday is the start of most people's weeks. For Phil Burnell, the start of his week is the day after his day off, which is kind of strange. There you go. But yeah, fingers crossed we get some full house bingo antics tomorrow. We'll end how we always end it with the incredible Pixar Animations video contributions, Notorious P.I.G. So, hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, how you end up spending it, and yeah, catch you guys later. Peace out.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower? When you're showered in money. When you go outside and all of a sudden greenbacks start falling from the sky and you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money. Free. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone.